to the
Nice.
final reel. Today we will be. I'm all conflagrated here. Welcome
It's been
everybody.
a while. It's been a
It's been
while,
a while
John.
since.
Take it easy.
Yeah, we're back finally. And how's everybody doing?
Doing good.
We're good.
I'm the king of intros. I'm the king.
You do it well.
Yes. Yeah. I can't. I'm a king of getting tongue tied at the very beginning. I don't know why. I freeze up like I have it in my head, and then it
I
goes to
do it
hell.
too.
Yeah.
Like recently, my boss wanted me to start using the intercom over at Home Depot to like promote, one of the things we're doing. And when he told me to do it, I was like, oh God. And so right before I do it, I like freeze, but then I had to, luckily I'm not yet on the intercom. So I got myself to calm down a little bit. I was able to get through it. And then ever since, the more you do it, it just comes back and then you feel good again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I'm getting an echo from somebody. I don't know who it's coming from, but it's all right. It's been a while since I've been on here. I kind of got back in. I kind of apologized to both of you because I just got in a bad place with my eyes, and it just frustrated me. I couldn't see the screen. It got to the point where I couldn't see like the super chat, so that's why I ended up kind of having to drop out doing live streams until I got my eyes working.
No worries.
So it took me a while. So, but hopefully we'll be able to get back on track with both the shows and have some
that'd be cool.
Have some good time. So.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
because I think the last one we did was Thor: Love and Thunder. I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Was I wearing glasses last time we did one? I think I just recently had to start wearing glasses, so I don't know. I can't remember. So. It's been a few months ago, but yeah.
Yeah, technically I don't have to wear glasses. I end up having the cataract surgery, but I have to wear for close up. I have to wear reading glasses. So.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah, I got a really bad astigmatism in one of my eyes, and it's just all of a sudden it came out of nowhere. 40-some years old, and like
yeah.
So
my cataracts. Well, I've had cataracts for about 7 years, but they never have been bad, and then all of a sudden they just like overnight, like my eyes were blurry, and my left eye got so bad I couldn't really see anything out of it, and it was bad. I had to stop driving there for about a month, and
I got a really bad left eye too. That's where it's all. Yeah, I couldn't even. My distance and night driving was all messed up, and I was like, I had to get it checked out.
Yeah, I had to. Actually, my cataract surgery it's a astigmatism correcting lens, so I don't have to wear glasses normally though. So it's pretty nice on that end. Anything about 4 feet away, so like basically I've got my high definition back. I think the whole time since I've had my OLED TV, I've never been able to see it in its full range.
Yeah,
because my eyes have been bad for the last several years since I've had it, and
speaking of OLED TVs, some of the movies that have recently came out, physical media wise, the movie 8 Mile, because after watching that, I was like, you know what, the transfer, it's definitely a step up from the Blu-ray, but definitely like an OLED style type of movie for sure.
Yeah, pretty good.
Oh yeah, especially Escape from Alcatraz. I think that would be more of an OLED too.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the 4Ks I've been getting here lately look really they look really good. So
nice. Are you getting the Criterion Wally at all?
Some. I bought the last 4K Criterion I bought. Oh, Wally. I didn't know what you were talking about there for a second.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that was. That's what's been crazy. I kind of quit keeping up with the new physical media releases. It's because I just don't want to spend as much money.
Yeah.
Of course, I've spent a bunch here lately, but I just try to not. I try not to go on there.
Overdo it. Yeah.
Because when I go on to Bluray.com, I just start pre-ordering shit, and then I'll have so.
Yeah.
I've kind of quit doing that. And my backlog's a couple hundred now, and I've got to, get caught back up.
Yeah. 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 Barnes and Noble's doing that 50% off Criterion right now. So I may be able to snag Wally. I think it comes out next week or something.
Yeah,
I think
next Tuesday.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see what that looks like, because that'll be the first Pixar on Criterion.
Oh yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
I am curious
cool.
because I do have the original 4K that they did put out in general of Wally when it was a Best Buy Steelbook exclusive, and so I'm gonna be try to compare it and see if there really is even a big difference or not.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was like the first movie I took my little boy to when he was little. It was like the first one he'd seen in the cinema, in the movies. And so it's always been one of those movies. So we're going to check it out and see what it looks like. And
well, I have a good question for both of you. I made a little video and I put it on my TikTok, of course. And the thing is it was for what would you like to see with Criterion Disney, like the mixture of both. What movies would you personally would want to see Criterion do deals with on the titles?
Like Old Yeller. Well, that's Disney. Old Yeller would be a cool 4K
Old Yeller's
transfer.
Disney. Yeah. So you'd pick Old Yeller?
Like that era, like Old Yeller and like the Parent Trap, like those.
Swiss Family Robinson?
Yeah,
that's the era of Disney I really like.
You like those ones? I do too, actually. I do like a lot of those older classics, like Pollyanna. I like Pollyanna.
Yeah, like Treasure Island, and there's a whole bunch of live action.
Blackbeard or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe Snow White, since it's the first full-length animated movie.
That makes sense.
And then to maybe go into it deeper and give us some stuff that we haven't seen before about it, like supplements or something. That would be
amazing, because one of my picks was Bed Knobs and Broomsticks also.
Oh yeah. There's a ton we could pick through, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe there, because that's the beginning kind of for Disney with feature length movies and stuff. So I don't know. Pinocchio. I don't know. I don't know if they would ever do that or not. Those are like their
possible.
That's their main stuff. Disney's main stuff. I don't know if they would release that out to Criterion just yet.
Maybe not just yet. Maybe they would do more of the newer stuff, like Wall-E being the first one coming.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did Toy Story.
Yeah.
But that's going to be the only way we were going to be able to get anything from Disney, because they personally basically they're not going to release, they're not wanting to release stuff, even like through the Fox label or anything. They're not really wanting to do, except the newest stuff.
Yeah.
They've been kind of backing off on physical media, so I've said for a long time we're going to have to.
Oh, they almost pissed off the entire physical media community when they said no Barbarian physical. And then such an outcry, they finally said, all right, we'll put one out.
Yeah, because the Mandalorian and all that stuff, that's not officially on video or anything yet, is it? It's just streaming. Yeah,
it's still streaming. There are people who do customized download where they will make it for you. I've seen people do it for the Prey, the movie Prey that's on Hulu. I've seen it for that. I've seen it for Mandalorian as well. People, I guess, on Etsy do it.
Oh yeah.
That's what Stinky Tuna used to do, because I have season 1 and 2 of Cobra Kai on Blu-ray, but they had done that, kind of an unofficial licensing. I don't know if they got permission to do that. I don't understand how it works.
Well, I got the Kill Bill Stinky Tuna edition, and it's the long version. I don't know if it's a Japanese cut or if it's forgot what it is, but it's both movies put together and stuff. So I haven't watched it just yet, but it's supposed to be pretty nice.
Oh, check it out and then let us know.
I've got an interesting story about Kill Bill that I just found. Maybe you guys already know about it, but it's something I learned about on another show. But have you heard about the Uma Thurman car crash in it? Have you heard about that? That might be old
Yeah.
news, but they were talking
I'm
about
Yeah.
not sure if I heard about it.
Well,
I think
there's this,
didn't he
you know,
keep
the
it?
scene where she's driving her car when they're
Uh-huh.
shooting, you know, they're kind of shooting like the end of the movie where she's driving, the credit sequence or the opening sequence of the
Yeah.
second part. Like he wanted her to like to crash the car or something, and he like directed her to crash the car, and her actually driving, and she like crashed it harder than she's supposed to, and like hurt her back and stuff. It's a kind of a violent little, violent little bang up,
Mhm.
you know. I should
Yeah.
bring it up later and play it, but have you seen it, Mike? Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I
it
think
kind of
it's
hurt her. She walked
here,
away from it.
isn't it the part that's actually in the movie or something? They kept it in there and
It's not. I don't know. It's not. They cut. Well, the sequence is in there, but they cut the crash part out.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
I just remember I
the lead
remember
up
seeing it.
sequence. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing it and Tarantino runs over to the car and gets in there and
Hmm.
he's checking her out and stuff and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
that's
kind of
pretty
crazy.
dangerous.
It's funny how certain things will make it in a movie and then certain things don't make it into a movie. Like the fact that Brandon Lee got shot during the filming of but they didn't keep the actual footage to like say share to the world.
Mhm.
And but yet there are movies in general where there's no deaths involved, but that are actually in the movie. Like if you watch Django Unchained with Leonardo DiCaprio when he smashes his hand on the table and it becomes bloody. His hand wasn't supposed to be bloody, and it just worked
Mm.
with the scene so well they kept it. Especially
Yeah.
with being John Malkovich, also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the throwing the can hit him in the back of the head scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of crazy movie things.
Yeah. He gave him a little bit extra for that scene, you know, he gave him bled for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, there's the whole Twilight Zone the movie incident. You probably know about all that. The people getting killed by the helicopter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who directed that? Was it John Landis that directed that?
Yeah. John Landis, yeah.
Yeah, he was direct. They had like a helicopter scene where it had to. If nobody knows about it, they had to. They wanted a helicopter to come in close to a group of people, like swoop down low, and he kept directing them to go lower and lower. And evidently, whenever the helicopter came in for that last time, it got lower. It like sucked up. Something got on the prop, the blades, and it caused them to fail, and it crashed into and killed it, and it decapitated two people. The rotor blades decapitated
I think I remember
two
there was
people.
footage of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, some of it survived. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other actor, he died. The main guy, he's like rescuing these two kids or something. He's got like one on each arm, and then the helicopter comes down and it basically chops them all in half, just like that, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was one of the most infamous, you know, on-set murders for a long time until I don't know, until Brandon Lee, and then recently with
Alec Baldwin. Yeah.
yeah, the Alec Baldwin thing, which he's still trying to get clear his name on that. You know, he's like, I don't know what's ever going to come of that. You know,
I mean,
a
he's
channel
still doing stuff.
a channel that I follow, America's Untold Stories. They covered it since the beginning. Like they have a whole series of, like they show all the interviews from the lawyer interviews and the detective interviews with all of them. And yeah, I mean, I think he's trying to sue people, and it's all a whole mess, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But but the FBI concluded that he definitely pulled the trigger. I mean, if you know anything about the Peacemakers, which I have a couple of them, and they're single action, and there's no way to get the hammer to fall without pulling the trigger, especially if it's fully cocked.
Mm-hmm. But
So,
but even then, though,
yeah.
the Master of Arms, it's really their fault because they handed him a gun and he's just like expects to use it like normal,
Yeah.
and it, you know.
There's body cam footage of the girl who I guess supplied the gun to Alec. There's body cam footage of her being talked to, questioned, and all that kind of stuff, and her saying, "My career's over. My career is over," because her background came from her dad, because her dad did special effects and all that kind of stuff, and so she got trained to do it. And this is her one big, like, I believe it was an accident. It wasn't intentional. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, because most of the time it's just accidental. It's not like it's on purpose.
Yeah, it was. I guess I think they call it negligent homicide. It wasn't. It was an accident for sure.
But
the crazy thing is the amount of live bullets that were everywhere. There's a lot of pictures, and there's like definitely live rounds like mixed in with all like their prop stuff. It don't make any sense like throwing that in for like because how many westerns have been made? You know, me and Mike are big westerns.
At least
how many westerns have been made throughout the years where they've had blanks and I mean there may have been some incidents that just were covered up back in the day we don't know about, but out of all these movies, you know, it's just a freak accident, you know. Even Brandon Lee was freak because it wasn't a live round that killed him. It was basically just a piece of debris got stuck in the barrel, and then when they fired the next blank, it blew that debris out, and that's what killed him.
Yeah,
it was like because it don't. And I think there's another movie a guy actually killed himself by he put the gun to his head, and it was like the kind of same thing, but where it was just the cotton wadding, just the force of the concussion of the gun, it killed him. So, you know, freak accidents happen, but
it's just, I just don't understand how live rounds can even be, you know, even near a set like that. You know, I mean, that looks like it'd be a big no-no or something. But I don't know. I guess that's the big thing. They're trying to find out why was live rounds even anywhere near the set. You know.
Yeah.
Originally, they said that some of the crew and stuff were like out, like target shooting, like between, you know, like on off hours and stuff like that. But if I had a set as an armor, if I had a set, I would not allow any live rounds, period, on set. No, you know, at all.
At least not the prop guns, you know. At least nowhere near the prop guns, you know. Just
it's just
or the ones they're going to use, you know. Just like
definitely.
Yeah, it's still just. I mean, as many movies that uses guns and stuff. I mean, it is a very rare thing to happen. So I guess it's just. I guess it was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They just have to take extra precautions now.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, and speaking of the Crow, because I know I shared this with John yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but the day before, and he just saw it yesterday. Was Bill Skarsgård is going to be the new Eric Draven, the new Crow, basically. And of course, he kind of poked fun at it because the art looks like it's fan made. And I told him, I said, I hope this ain't what he's looking like, you know. And he went ahead and made fun of it.
Oh, well, I'm just tired of remakes, reboots, and stuff. Period. Because I think the original's a classic, and it's like they remade Red Dawn and stuff. You've heard me talk about that stuff a million times. It's just I'm tired of it because it's just Hollywood's devoid of any talent anymore. Well, let me explain myself a little bit. It's been discussed at length on the internet, but the biggest problem is they're having is with all the streaming services is just the talent pool's thinned out. They just don't have enough writers and things like that. And writing, it's not like getting a job at McDonald's where they can just pull any asshole off the street and, you know, cook a hamburger. Any asshole off the street can't write a movie, you know, or write a TV show. And and there's all the identity politics and stuff are going into it these days. Oh, we got to have women doing this and that, and some of them they just don't have not the skill, they just don't have they don't have enough experience to be doing the to be doing it just yet, you know. And in some case, like with She-Hulk and stuff, how bad that piece of shit was.
Yeah, I was not happy with that show.
You know, some of the writers on that, like one of the writers for sure is somebody is echoing really bad. Does anybody listen to it through our speakers?
Am I echoing?
No.
I don't think it's me. Let's see.
That's all right. I think it's all right now. Yeah, I can hear it now. So.
Okay.
Can you still hear us, Mike? So yeah. Oh,
Well,
thank you.
I'll talk. Can you hear it? Is it echoing?
No.
Echo.
You're good.
Go.
It could just be on through. It might be some weird StreamYard glitch that's I'm hearing it and it's not actually going through the broadcast. But like one of the She-Hulk, the girls that wrote on She-Hulk, like if you don't know about She-Hulk, it's all like a whole women crew. Like everybody on it was pretty much not all. Like they showed the actual writers' room at the end of that last episode, and there were some guys on there, but there was just some soy boys. But
yeah, I didn't need to see She-Hulk twerk.
No. But what I'm getting at, one of the writers, she had written on like Rick and Morty and stuff, and written like some good episodes, and then that just shows you how bad the show running was. That shows you how bad the show running is. So.
I just think there's so many anymore. It's like there's got to be a quality issue eventually, you know, with all the ones they're putting out, you know.
I mean, I would have been absolutely fine if they had, it's all going. The rumors are going around now. Well, it's not a rumor. I knew they were doing this from the beginning of Phase 4. Before, when they first introduced Captain Marvel, I knew they were going to go from that point on. They were going to try to do like a female Avengers movie. That's what they were. And I would be all right with it if any of these characters were any good, but none of them are any good.
Yeah,
none of them. None of the female characters introduced are any good.
Mm-mm.
I'd have to sit down and really think about that one. I know She-Hulk I'm disappointed with. The Scarlet Witch character could be better, honestly. I didn't mind the women of Wakanda, you know, Black Panther. Them I didn't mind. Excuse me. And who else was there? I can't even think right now, but that's who I can think of at the moment.
Well, the girl that would replace Black Widow, her sister, or whatever she was, that girl.
Black Widow?
Yeah, you know, the girl in the Black Widow movie, her sister.
Like sister or something like that.
It'll be her, and then no telling who else.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Wakanda Forever, and I'm not giving Disney any more like money.
Well, no, this one actually turned out to be a good one, though, in my opinion.
It looked like shit because Namor was a joke, because Namor is not Central American, for one. And it's just...
Yeah, they did change the story, and I get that part.
I don't watch them, but I watch a lot of channels that cover them, so I pretty much have seen the whole movie, but covered, so it just looks bad. Like that trailer was terrible.
Well, me personally, like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I thought Angela Bassett did an awesome job. And like the guy who plays Namor, I mean, I thought he did a good job because he kind of came from like TV and low grade movies from like Mexico and stuff like that, because that's where he came from. Yeah. And this was his first like real big project. I thought he did a good job.
Well, I'm not talking about the actor himself. I'm just talking about the representation.
No, I know what you're talking about.
The Submariner, not the.
Yeah. Has anybody seen the Black Adam movie?
Not me.
I've heard different stuff that it's pretty decent, but I don't know. I haven't seen too many things with The Rock in it that I didn't really enjoy somewhat. You know, he's pretty entertaining. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, he is entertaining, but I mean, Black Adam. I mean, like, because he kind of spoiled shit as it was getting ready to come out, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's what I think a lot of people were upset about. It's like, dude, just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
So I think that's why people might be a little bit more disappointed with it because of that.
Hmm. Yeah,
Look
I'll just
like
have to see him.
Look like Jay Muse is in the chat.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah. I don't
I'll
think.
be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
All right. Yeah, I'm pretty cynical about the Disney movies, so I keep getting like people I'm having to block because these are, but
What, you getting porn bots already?
they're just bots. You know, it's just like advertising bots.
Yeah.
But that Jay Muse seems to be some real person, but I don't think it's the real Jason Muse. But I'm pretty sure it's not. But
That'd be weird if it was.
yeah.
But
But
yeah.
but yeah,
I don't know.
the Disney stuff is just the whole Phase Force has been terrible. I mean, well, except of Spider-Man, but I'm talking about Disney. I'm not Sony.
Yeah.
But it's been awful.
I don't know. I just 3 and 4, parts of Marvel, the different phases and stuff. I just haven't really had anything that's really grabbed me, except for, like you said, Spider-Man was really good. And I mean, we went and saw Thor, the new Thor movie, and I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty funny, but it also had some stuff that, kind of wore on you a little bit. But I mean, it had a great opening, it had the Guardians of the Galaxy up in there, and it was this real big thing. And so, but people still dumped on it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just being optimistic for Marvel, but
yeah, I don't have any optimism going forward with them. Like I say, I'm not. Well, I mean, I'm kind of being a hypocrite by saying I'm not giving them any money. I have Hulu's and it's got Disney Plus, so I'm giving them an incremental amount of money. But I tell you the truth, something technically that it is part of the MCU that came out. It was a little short. Did you watch that short on Disney Plus? It was Werewolves at Night. It came out around Thanksgiving. Came out around
Halloween time.
Halloween, yeah. It came out around Halloween, and it was just. It's like I think it's a what I would consider it a short. I think it was less than an hour, maybe 30 to 45 minutes. And it was like done in the style of like old school monster movies. It was black and white until the very end. It changed to color at the very end of it, but it was black and white throughout, and it was kind of like it was actually kind of good.
I'll have to check that out.
But it's considered part of Marvel. It's a Marvel property. So.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I mean, I wonder one day they could do something like that, kind of like the movies back in the 40s, like Frankenstein versus Dracula or something, but have some kind of comic book spin on it or something. But I don't know how that would happen, but just something different, something to give the whole thing a jolt, get it going, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how this project slipped through the cracks, but it didn't have any woke crap in it, and it wasn't like really identity politics driven stuff. It was pretty it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, it was kind of done in that old style, but it's kind of about they go on like they have to it's like a monster hunt, but it turns out that one of the monster hunters actually is the monster. He's just trying to free the other monsters.
Oh, okay.
And but they find out about him, and they force him into turning into the werewolf. And I don't need to tell you much, because I'll tell you the whole thing where it's a short. It's pretty, it's short, obviously. But
what did you think about Van Helsing that came out back, 2004 or 3 or whatever?
I liked that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it had a lot going for it. It had some atmosphere and stuff, and then the story kind of fell apart. But man, it was kind of cool, to see it on the big screen, and they really started in black and white, and it looked really good, and then it just kind of just some of the stuff just went haywire in it. But
yeah. I was going to wait for, let's see here. I've got some notes written down of things to talk about. Yeah. Oh, like I was wanting to apologize for you. Like I think it was one of our last streams or something. Like I told you I don't want to talk about politics on here, and it's just when I was going through, I was just not in a good mind space. So you can talk whatever you want to, and I don't mind to talk about it. Obviously, I've been going on about it tonight, but yeah, I apologize for that because I just got
it's
carried
nothing.
away. So yeah, I don't mind to talk about it. I just wasn't in the right mind space and not so.
Yeah, I was kind of got wore out this summer too, man. I just with the heat and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I haven't filmed any episodes in October. Last month, I haven't done anything for a while. I'm kind of just took a small little break. I've been busy, stuff. So
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been very active on my YouTube channel, so I mean, I put some things out, but very like spaced in general. So I've noticed that I've been doing a lot better on TikTok. So I'm debating if I just want to, do my creating on there, and then use my channel for like when we do our Cult of Collectors, episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even have TikTok. I deleted it a long time ago, a couple years ago.
Well, with your editing skills, I told you before, I think you would do really well. But, of course, that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, though. Like our TikTok, the American TikTok, I mean, all that stuff about it being Chinese owned, all that stuff's true. I mean, it is, but it's funny, like the Chinese TikTok, it's all like, it's all about national pride and stuff in there. Like they put things about their, what they're doing in the country. Obviously, it's propaganda it's propaganda for their own people, but ours is just like this fucking nightmarish hellscape of degeneracy,
Yeah.
And I know all the stuff isn't like that, but a lot of it is, and it's just, it's fucking people up, especially these younger kids that, they're having, it's causing mental health issues and things like that. We're older, I'm sure you can, you just do your thing on there. It's fine, but it's just not for me. I'm a little too old for it myself, and I'm just, not as interested.
I'm surprised by the crowd I have. I have people, not too far in young age, and people that are not too far in old age either that are following me, and I follow them back. One of them is called the Cool Ghoul. I think his name is Nick, and he's kind of an older guy. He could be around my age, actually. He just looks older than me. But he's very horror, enthusiast.
Well, what I didn't like about it was when I was on there, you start getting a lot of girls coming up. It's like things like that, and like but it would be putting like young girls in there, like obviously 13-year-old girls and like bikinis and stuff. So when I started seeing that, it's like fucking, I'm getting rid of this because this is just. This is
it's all kinds of stuff on there.
Yeah,
I think I have like maybe 5 or 6 little videos that I've just toyed around with. There's nothing really serious, just weird stuff goofed around with, really.
Yeah.
But Charlie, that is the way of the future. In fact, there's this one YouTuber I like to watch, and he made a video about how he believes YouTube will be defunct. I don't think it will be, but defunct in 5 years because of TikTok, because of that short video format. Just because even YouTube is trying to get into that game.
The shorts,
yeah. And I don't think it'll be completely gone, but I think it's just people's attention spans get shorter and shorter.
It's not even that, but apparently YouTube is kind of cracking down on free speech too, because you can't even say the word fuck in a sentence because otherwise it's like, oh, kind of goes against community guidelines, no bullying, da 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 da, and it's like I'm not even bullying. I just got the word fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
especially if you're monetized, like when you get monetized, like you lose like everything. Like if you're not monetized like us, we can say pretty much what we want to, unless
Yeah.
we just start, we start a KKK rally or something on here. That probably wouldn't fly, but like it's like cursing and stuff. But that's all. The worst thing about YouTube is you kind of gotta, if you want to be successful, you gotta kind of censor yourself.
And
Yeah.
I think it's
That's why a lot of people just live stream. That's why a
Yeah.
lot of people just live stream, because especially if you're monetized, you get super chats and you still get your super chats.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
And Rumble's a good. It's well, Rumble's a good platform, but it's definitely got a lot of, like, YouTube holds the patents on a lot of on most of the way everything's set up. The video format and everything.
Yeah.
So it's hard
Mhm.
for other channels to build something new. So it's hard for them to. So there's things about not TikTok, but Rumble I don't like. Like I don't like, you can't, like on a live stream, you can't pause it. If you want to leave the room, you can't pause it and come back. You just got to let it play, and you can't rewind it. If you join in on a live stream, you can't rewind it back to the beginning of it and start from the beginning. So it's got some
So it
issues
has its
like
own
that.
faults.
Yeah, it's got a lot of things, but they've been trying to improve things, because they've been having a lot of people move over there, especially people who are getting like struck on YouTube. But I think that's what's going to happen with Twitter. I think Musk is going to try to get into he's going to try to compete with YouTube.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I even tweeted it out. I tagged Elon in the tweet in itself, saying maybe Elon should buy YouTube now because of its bullshit.
yeah, that's true.
That's right, YouTube. I said it.
Yeah.
Well, I think YouTube will continue because there's still people that want to see the 10-minute plus videos too, and stuff. So I mean,
There's
Yeah.
I
some
don't know.
creators that I watch on there in general that are like 10, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
personally
so
like long form myself because I like documentaries. But
Yeah, I like documentaries too.
yeah, so.
Yeah. I mean, and if you get, some good people that know what they're talking about, you can put it on, listen to it while you're doing something, and it's just as professional as anything, So
Yeah.
that's kind of what
Oh,
I
yeah.
do a lot of. So, but
Yeah.
And I recently got this in the mail, and I'm super happy to have it because it's an out of print soundtrack.
No,
Don't
wow.
tell mom the babysitter's dead.
that's probably a
that,
good
that
one.
looks like crispy, new looking. It looks like clean, new plastic.
Well,
Jewel
it was
case,
like new condition. In other words, the CD is in great condition, and of course the case has like fingerprints and certain things like that on it. But
Mhm.
other than that, it's like in really good condition. Really good condition.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I collect soundtracks and scores.
Yeah, I wish all my old CDs I hadn't destroyed them. Pretty much, that's why. Like I've told you, I kind of like Spotify, because for when it came to like DVDs, Blu-rays, and stuff, I've always kept immaculate. But CDs, I never could. Where I would have them in a car, and I'd just throw them in the seat and stuff when I was trying to drive. They got scratched up. Like that's what I was saying. I used to have I may still have it. I'm gonna try to find it. I had that Angus soundtrack. I had the disc left, and that's been a cool one to have because it's probably very rare. Have you ever tried to look for it?
Oh yeah, I've tried looking it up, and I've even tried, looking at other soundtracks itself, like one that's out of print, that's going for like quite a bit of money, like over $50, is Fried Green Tomatoes score. Yep.
That's weird. Like all those are early '90s soundtracks, except for Angus. But those other ones are early '90s.
Well, Angus is 1995, I think.
Yeah, it's around there.
Mhm.
Yeah, 95, 96, something like that. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies. I'm trying to see if Charlie Talbert, the guy who plays Angus, if he wants to join John, Jody, and I for a live stream, because he's done one for me on my channel originally when I called it Raging Entertainment. And he was nice to do that then, and see if like he'll want to do something after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah. I'm basically Instagram friends with the guy.
That's good.
And I'm friends with
That's
Donkey Lips too.
Who's that?
Salute Your Shorts, Donkey Lips.
I don't know who that.
Nickelodeon from the 90s.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't watch.
You didn't watch those shows?
Well, see, the problem is, like I was telling you before, like where I grew up at, like in the 90s, most of the 90s, I lived in a little small town, and we didn't have anything hardly on our cable system. We didn't have Nickelodeon, Comedy Central. That's why I came such a Mystery Science Theater freak later on in life, because I couldn't ever watch it. Like my friends would go, like their dad lived in the town I live in now, and they had it, and they would go see him on the weekends, and they'd come back and say, "Yeah, we watched this show," and I was like, "Man, I can't." It kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like because
I was gonna say that's what I had to do back then. I'd have to go to my grandpa's house to watch Mystery Science Theater, because we didn't get Comedy Central either, especially on Turkey Day when they would have a marathon, and stuff.
Oh yeah. I at one point in my life I did have that struggle where we didn't have like the really cool channels, MTV and all that stuff, and one day people around town would get this thing called the box, basically, and it was almost like hacking into the cable system and getting all the channels without needing to pay for it.
That's pretty cool.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, for us it was called the box.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, when I was little, you could put a little splitter. You could go out, if you could climb up a pole and get one of those splitters and tie it on there, you could get free HBO and stuff. Back when you only had like 3 or 4 channels and stuff. I remember that in the early '80s briefly. That I think my dad had one. So
that's a interesting music tidbit. You probably remember it, Mike. Charlie, you're not too far from our age, but you might be a couple years too young to remember. But like one of the first videos I remember on MTV was the Warrior. Do you remember the Warrior?
Yeah. The song called The Warrior.
Yeah, and it was Patti Smythe. But I can't remember the name of the band. She was in a band at the time, but Patti Smythe was a really good singer. But you probably remember the Warrior. I am the Warrior. I can't sing.
No, I might know that one. I'd have to hear it, but
I am the Warrior. I am.
That does sound familiar because I believe the very first music video ever aired on MTV was the one that does that. That one.
Video killed the radio.
It wasn't that song, but I know which one. Yeah, where they talk about like microwave ovens.
Oh, it's money for nothing. Yeah.
Dire
Straits.
Yeah. They were the very first like actual video on the channel when it premiered.
Yeah, but here's the interesting thing is there's a guy I watch on YouTube. It's he's called the Rock and Roll Doctor or something like that. He just does a lot of things on rock and roll. He just does a lot of stories on rock and roll, and he interviewed her, and she didn't like the video. They made the videos like kind of weird, and she never liked the video. But she was telling a story about she got to know like that this was the time, and this was '84, I believe, when it came out, and she that was right when Van Halen had fired David Lee Roth, or he left. David Lee Roth left, and he was like kind of hanging around her, like she was married, Eddie Van Halen was married, but they were hanging together, and he would come she would hang out on their bus and all this stuff, and he tried to get her to be the lead singer of Van Halen, but she was kind of committed to her band. But I thought that she's a really good singer. I think that'd have been very interesting because I've never been a fan of I Can't Drive 55.
Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar. I don't know why. I just don't. I mean, that for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge album was pretty good, but I'm not a big fan of him in general. I don't know why.
Well, I like the song, and I think it's Van Halen, where Sammy Hagar did the "Hey, gone tomorrow, right now," something like that, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that's Van Halen, right? Not
right.
him by himself.
Yeah, I think that's Van Halen. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, I just heard that that story just the other day, actually, John, about the because for a moment there he was wanting her in the band, before they found Sammy and stuff. And so
that would have been an interesting switch.
Yeah.
Might be watching the same channel on YouTube. Is it that guy with the glasses? He's kind of nerdy looking.
Maybe, like you said, there's a couple of guys like that do records and CDs and stuff and brief histories and things like that. So it may be the same person. Yeah.
Sometimes he'll pick a song from a hit song from an album, and then he kind of builds a story around it. He's really good. But I seen one where he kind of built the story around the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, nice.
And so he kind of ends up kind of telling the whole history of the band, but he kind of ties it around the one song that kind of made them, famous or something like that. But it's a good channel.
Yeah.
Oh, John, you might think this is the craziest thing I've done so far when it comes to buying movies. Like how there's an out of print The Crow steel book where it's I think it was originally a Zavvi exclusive.
Yeah.
Well, Jody was able to get a copy for me of that steel book. So the person, who sold it to him, including shipping and all, $100.
That's pretty good.
I mean, compared to some people, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's the first time I've ever had to buy something for one movie, for that much.
Yeah.
I only have the DVD of The Crow, and I've been wanting to upgrade. So it's like I'm working with the DVD, So it's like anything would probably look a little bit better. So. Well,
the Blu-ray, I know, has a really good master to it, because when I watch it on my 4K TV, it looks pretty good. And when I had my old OLED until I returned it, I don't know why I did that. I kind of regret it now. But it looked even better on an OLED.
Yeah. Yeah, some Blu-ray transfers look really good, and you'd be surprised, Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about upgrading it because it's really dirt cheap on Amazon for a brand new, Blu-ray edition. So I just thought, because I got that ancient DVD, like the first release of it, when it first came out.
The Miramax collection one.
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
I have it right here. I've been growing my collection of The Crow, so I've got. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have this. I also have the City of Angels and Salvation as the Miramax collection individually. I know there's a box set that's like that, and I was thinking of doing that, even though it's the same thing, but I think it would look cool. And I'm a big fan of the movie. I'm a supporter of it, as well as even the sequels, even though people think they're shit. I enjoyed them.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw the third one. I barely remember the second one, but
the third one had the actor Eric Mabius and Fred Ward and Kristen Dilge. Wait, is that the last name? No. Kristen, she was the from the movie Bring It On, An Interview with the Vampire. Forgetting her last name.
Kristen Dunst?
Dunst. Thank you.
Dunst? Yeah.
Dunst. I knew it was with a D. I think what I accidentally did is mixed it with an old friend's name. Did you know there was a fourth one?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, it's called Wicked Prayer. And that's Edward Furlong as the Crow.
Oh yeah,
That's interesting.
Straight to DVD, no theatrical release or anything like that. It was literally made in less than a month.
Wow.
Did you say earlier that
any
they're
good?
going to reboot it or something? The Crow.
They're gonna be rebooting it, yeah, with Bill Skarsgård, the guy who played Pennywise in the movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's actually gonna be in the new John Wick as the bad guy.
Pretty cool.
Now, John Wick, those are awesome movies.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I like it.
So number 4, I'm excited for. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see The Northman?
I haven't.
That was pretty good, actually. I liked it.
And it's
I
an
need to pick it
A24
up.
film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been slowly getting into their movies. I still need to watch, like, even though people still pronounce it Midsummer when it looks like it's saying Somar because of the O.
Mm-hmm.
But I still need to watch that. I did watch The Lighthouse. I actually did enjoy it, even though it was weird as hell, but I did like it.
Yeah.
And I want to see the new Brendan Fraser movie, The Whale, from A24.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've heard some buzz on that.
Oh, I've heard nothing but good. Nothing but good.
Yeah.
And I miss Brendan Fraser because he was Army of Darkness. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That looks good.
I've been buying I just been buying mostly just the regular 4K releases. There was a steelbook of this, but I didn't. I'd have probably bought the steelbook if they had it, but nobody had it around.
If you're interested, John, there's a girl I'm talking to right now. She's actually selling all of her steelbooks. So if there's anything you want to look at, she sent me a list. I can send it your way, and you can see what movies they are on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks about this, it's very disappointing, is the theatrical cut. It's the only version in 4K. The other two, the director's cut and it's just a theatrical cut and there's a theatrical cut on Blu-ray, and then there's a director's cut on Blu-ray, but then there's an international cut on Blu-ray. There's like 4 discs, and they only transferred that's what sucks, It's like I want to see the director's cut, and
yeah, that was kind of lame. They should have put at least the international too. It's 4K. Give you a choice.
Yeah, I recently watched the Wayne's World 35th anniversary 4K. 35th? No, 30th.
30th-ish.
I think. Yeah, it might be 30. I think it's 30. But it's not too big of an upscale. Yeah. Oh, what was that one, John?
Giant. Yeah, I'm disappointed. This was with no slip cover. So.
Yeah, I've noticed certain ones that get released don't get them. Like when Pitch Black from Arrow came out, that didn't get a slipcover, or the Frankenstein one, Mary Shelley's.
Mm-hmm. There could be a possibility that they may release a James Dean 4K set with all 3 of his movies. Maybe that's why they released it in just a cheap packaging. So I'm not sure. I mean,
if you're interested, John, there's someone I do get custom slipcovers from, and if you want one for that, I can send them your way.
Oh yeah, I'm not too interested in it, but it's
like I said, if you do,
I'm just in it for the movie because this transfer looks really good. Did you get this, Mike? Did you get
Giant? No, not yet. I was going to say I got Hellboy on 4K off Amazon, and it had a slip and everything in the picture. And then when I got it, it didn't have the slip, and I was just like, oh man, it's like it doesn't matter, but still. But yeah, I got that the other day, the 4K of.
How'd that
Hellboy.
Transfer look? Because I haven't rebought that.
I haven't watched it 4K yet. I just literally got it. Yeah, I'm hoping it looks good. I mean. So,
I used to not care about slipcovers on my movies years ago before like Blu-rays were even a thing when they were still even. I mean, I still do slipcovers on DVDs, but not a lot, you know. And
Yeah.
back then, I used to throw them away because I didn't. I was like, why the hell is it? Why are they doing this? Because it's the same cover,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm like, why am I getting the same cover? You know, it was annoying in my opinion. 310 to Yuma.
Oh yeah,
That-
that's a
that
great
is-
cover.
That
Yeah,
is
it
a
looks
steel
cool.
steel book.
That's the
Yeah.
steelbook, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that used to be a thing that I did not care about, and just recently getting back into the whole collecting for the past like almost 10 years ago now again. Now I've actually been saying, you know what? Now I want to keep the slipcover. It's important, all that kind of stuff, you know. And I've even had to buy some from people.
Well, it's cool if they do a slip cover and you got alternate art. You know, like you got the slip, and then you can flip the inside art. So
yeah, Arrow
it's
would
kind
do
of cool.
that.
Yeah, you can open it up and have it, but I don't know. It's I used to not. I don't know with the 4Ks. It's kind of like I want a slip cover on the 4Ks for some reason. I don't know. It just I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but
well, the Columbia Classics, they do that too. Not where it's like reversible, but when you take the slip cover off, it's the original, like almost poster art in a sense that came with the
yeah. That's
But what I was going to say, Mike, I don't know if you ever got the Blu-ray of Giant, or you know, really that whole. See, I've got that whole James Dean box set that came out, like the long box that came out several years, you know, probably
I got the
10 years ago or something like that, and the transfers were subpar, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I have. It's all three movies in a case without any slips or anything, but they just looked okay, you know, the transfers and stuff. So I was just, you know,
Giant.
I was neither mad nor I was just kind of like, okay, you know. And then the news of the 4K, so I don't know.
But the 4K looks good. The transfer looks good on Giant, so.
Yeah, they probably had to do a lot of work on it, you know, get the colors and desaturated colors and all the over time it fades and looks weird. Especially
I think what they should do for mastering of 4Ks. I haven't watched that one yet, but what I think they should do for mastering 4Ks is give it the actual, like say 8K scan, like they did with My Fair Lady as well as the 10 Commandments. Because those looked amazing for like being older films.
Yeah.
And they had an 8K master, but it was downscaled to the 4K so it could be its highest resolution. You know, and I just thought maybe that should be a thing for all the movies, so that way they all get really high quality.
Well, then in the future, if we ever get past 4K as a physical media format, and they go up to like say 6K or something, they can already come out with a new print of it because they already did an 8K master, you know, so that's smart. I think, you know.
Didn't Films at Home? I didn't watch the video, but I seen the thumbnail for a video. He was talking about I think they were 1 terabyte discs or something that they're trying to come out with. Yeah,
I did watch that video. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I didn't watch the video,
about
but
how 8K disc may not even be a thing.
Yeah,
but
I just don't think. We got us a chat here, but I just think we're going to. I just think we've moved with the streaming and stuff. I just don't think we're going to get any past 4K. I just think it'll fade. I just don't think. And at this point, anyone find any movies at Goodwill? They missed Riff Tracks 4-disc set in lunchbox for $5. There's a 4-disc set of a Riff Tracks 4-disc set in lunchbox for $5.
Now
that's pretty good.
There is a Blu-ray of this movie, but
what's on? If you don't mind, what's on that Riff Tracks set? 'Cause I'm a big Riff Track. I have a lot of Riff Tracks downloaded, but
I have this one. Don't Say a Word that I got from Goodwill.
Yeah,
I really like this movie.
Yeah.
I bought some stuff at Goodwill a while back, but I can't remember what it was. I bought some art, kind of artsy type movie about an artist.
Well, that one time, I don't know if you remember it, but I found that whole Monty Python set on DVD, all the TV shows,
Yeah.
and it was
Mhm.
like real immaculate. And it was only like $5. And when it
Dang.
first came out, it was
Yeah.
like almost $200 when it came out. So I thought that was a big
Yeah.
score for me.
Nice.
What's 60 on eBay?
That riff track set, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't ever. I had no idea they released like sets like that, because I've got some individual Blu-rays that they've released over the years for different like live shows and things like that. But I didn't. Henry,
Yeah,
what is do you know what movie? Oh, okay, you put it on here. Suburban Sasquatch.
Never heard of that.
That sounds pretty interesting.
Huh.
yeah. I can't say I've
That
ever
was a
seen any of those anywhere.
Yeah, that was a find right there. Especially you a big Mystery Science Theater fan?
Me?
This guy, or
Oh.
Henry. But
I would say that I'm a fan. I don't know if I would say like really, really big fan, but I am a fan. Red Dawn. I have that, and I also have the Steelbook.
yeah, this is 4K. I don't
Yep.
know if I don't think I bought the 4K. I
That looks
John,
like
did you get?
I
you
wasn't
get the
blown
Dog
away with the
Soldiers?
transfer, but They get
I
what?
was gonna say, did you get the Dog Soldiers 4K from Screen Factory? It
No.
just recently came out. Yeah, I picked
No,
that
not
up.
yet.
I haven't watched it yet though.
Yeah.
I've
This looked-
seen a
this looked
comparison
pretty
video.
good.
Yeah, I got that too. But I saw a comparison video of Dog Soldiers. There's a guy that I watch on YouTube. He calls his channel My Moonization, and what he does is it's basically screenshots from the Blu-ray to the 4K, and he has a video of one of the Dog Soldiers, and wow, that cleaned up really nice.
I need to
Yeah.
pick that one up. Of course, this one. I just
Sonic, yeah.
actually last week I ran into the Steelbook, and I actually picked it up, and I ended up putting it back because I found several other things. I was like, oh, I already bought it on 4K. I'm not going to rebuy it. But I
Mhm.
I'll be right back. Hang on.
Okay.
did you get to check this out?
Bullet Train? No, not yet.
It's pretty good. Pretty good movie.
I wanted to see it because it kind of reminded me like somewhat to John Wick, but more funny comedy, you know. I don't know if that'd be a right description of it, but what?
Is that if it's yeah, we kind of had a falling out a long time ago with Zombie Clay. If it's the same guy we're talking about, it's Zombie Collector. Yeah, we kind of had a falling out a long time ago, and he was like on the very he was on the very first Cult of Collectors, and we kind of had a falling out after that, and he won't talk to. Somebody asked, "Hey Mike," somebody asked about Zombie Collector.
Oh, Zombie. Yeah, Jason.
Jason, yeah, I said me and him had a falling out. I don't think Mike talked to him every now and then, but
Yeah, I'll
he
holler at him every once in a while.
yeah, he won't talk to me at all.
Yeah, I think he changed his channel to
Yeah.
Ex Viticus or something. Or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what all that was.
Yeah, I can't even remember what that was over. Now this was a good transfer, and this is just a good movie if you've never seen it.
I can't
The Limey.
tell.
I've heard of it. Yeah. I've
What
never
is that
seen
one?
it. Is that a Steven Soderbergh movie?
The Limey.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
No, I've heard
Yeah,
of it.
it's-
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, it's really good. I think it came out in 98 or 9, I believe. Yeah,
Mhm, yeah,
it's a really good little movie. Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
Sorry, I
Mr.
was
Bean
gonna show
needs a
everything.
Blu-ray set.
Yeah. I bought a DVD. I bought there's not really that many episodes actually. and I bought a DVD set of it once at Half Price Books,
Mm-hmm.
and I got home and it was like it had the discs were like destroyed on the inside of it. You could like the way it was packaged. You couldn't when you shook it. It didn't sound like it had a floater in there.
But it
But when
did.
I opened it up and the discs were like broke or like completely fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate it when
had
that
those
little
moments.
hub thing breaks. One of them breaks,
Yeah.
you know. Just
Yeah.
Well, like when I've bought them from Best Buy online, you know, there's been like 2 times that I know of where they sent me the wrong movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell? You know, so I'd have to go back, return it, and they'd either redo it or I get refunded if they didn't have it. Yes.
Yeah.
Love that one.
yeah.
Did they
I still need to
release
see
a?
that.
Did they release a steelbook for that? Because
Yes, they did.
didn't they? Yeah. I wasn't too worried about it, but if I find it on steelbook, I'll pick it up. But the steelbooks, you know, they're getting kind of expensive now with the inflation
Yeah,
and
some of
crap.
them are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Get that.
Oh, Ambulance. I still haven't watched that, but I have heard a lot of good about it, actually,
Yeah.
that it's kind of an underrated one.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah,
it's
I got the
Michael Bay.
Blu-ray. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because
Yeah.
people knew Michael Bay for, like, Bad Boys and Transformers and all
Yeah.
that crap, and then they started to not like his stuff anymore.
Yeah. Well, the
that-
human element's good in the movie. Like the acting's not bad. It's not.
Mhm.
There's some like kind of rush lines here and there, but it's for the most part the human part's good because it had to be because there wasn't a bunch of in fact there's very except maybe there's special effects, but it seems to be a lot of practical, wouldn't you say, Mike?
Yeah.
Because it's basically a car chase movie in an ambulance. The
Yeah.
whole movie's moving. And
Yeah.
that's what I like. I liked that he kind of got back to practical and didn't have a ton of like big CG.
That's what I
and
miss
stuff.
in movies, is
Yeah.
practical effects. You
Yeah.
know, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I like CGI to an extent, but you're also like not letting people have certain jobs anymore because you're trying to go strictly all digital. And I can understand that to try to save time or whatever it may be, but there are people who enjoy making those like costumes and puppetry and mechanics and all that stuff, that actually enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I saw a picture the other day of like a movie made like in the 60s. They had like all these extras and they had all this stuff and it was like ginormous, that now they do it all on a computer, but back then, man, you had to, like, the director had to, pull all those people in, and get them this whole huge thing going
Like
on. It was
behind the scenes of Jaws or even Jurassic Park.
yeah.
Watching the movie magic with that, it was just awesome to see. And I remembered that HBO used to do behind the scenes featurettes.
Mhm.
I remember that, and that used to be fun because some would be short and then some would be longer, depending. But within like 15 to like maybe a half hour,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Well, that's why I was trying to think earlier. I have that movie Conquest of Space, and the guy that directed Conquest of Space, he directed Treasure Island. Like that Treasure Island's guy's name is what made it. He kind of got a name for that, but he had done like a lot of like film noirs and all kinds of stuff before then, and he directed Conquest of Space, but he was known as a visual effects guy. He like pretty much ran like the visual effects for one of the studios in the 40s and 50s. So like Conquest of Space is like a lot of models and things, but for a sci-fi movie of the day, it looked really good. Like the modeling was like really good, and like all the sets look really good. So it's a really good sci-fi movie.
Yeah, I was watching a movie from the 40s last night, and they used miniatures. Like, I think it was an airplane, and they used a miniature, and those miniatures are so in detail. It's crazy that somebody sat down and they designed this, this prop basically.
Oh yeah,
and that's
like
how they did a lot of stuff. And
when you look at the opening sequence to Beetlejuice, where they're kind of doing the filming over the town up to the house, that was awesome because at first you don't know that was a model.
Yeah.
until they get to the house and then the little spider, over the.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, that's so much talent, with those artists and stuff. I just wonder.
Oh, that was another poop fest. Was Lord of the Rings, the new one?
The new show.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Or,
no, it's Amazon, I think. Prime.
Amazon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
I've heard different stuff about it.
But what I was thinking about was the modeling for the original movies, like all the integration. Like they made a ton of models, like different scale models. It was insane what they did to build that movie. If you just watch the appendices, watch all the appendices, and just the amount of detail that went into every bit of that movie, it's amazing.
Yeah,
I agree.
And that's the way you make CGI really work, when you add it into with practical. When it's just all CG, that's the new one. Obviously, it had a lot of problems. It just wasn't Tolkien. It wasn't, and it was just a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. A mixture of the two, and it really looks good. It's more believable, I think.
Yep, I got that too. Casablanca.
The problem with Casablanca, I don't know. I bought it in 4K, but it just doesn't really the movie itself doesn't really blow me back. It doesn't really blow my hair back. Like it's considered one of the greats of all times, and I think there's a lot better Bogart movies. The Treasure of Sierra Madre. It's I think a better movie, and
there's a bunch of
what's the Katharine Hepburn movies? What's that? It's right on the tip of my tongue. African Queen's a great movie. I always forget the name of the one he made with Howard Hawks that came out in the 40s. I can't think of the name of that one. It's a really good one.
I haven't seen a lot of Humphrey Bogart movies. I mean, I know of the guy. I mainly know him from Casablanca, but I have never really watched much of his others.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. As many times I've tried, I've watched Casablanca half a dozen times in my life, and it just never does anything for me for some reason. It's just, it's a very
story.
It's a very small set. It doesn't take. It's not a very broad. I just think there's a lot better World War II movies. Even Bogart World War II. He's made some other World War II movies that were really good. It's just I don't know. It's just a personal preference. I just don't consider it one of his best.
Well, my whole life of listening to people talk about best of lists and stuff, it's always come down to Casablanca and Citizen Kane is the best movie ever made. And I don't know, I kind of lean more to Citizen Kane because Casablanca, when it came out, was just an average, Warner Brothers movie they were putting it out. They weren't trying to do anything too great with it, but it just it just all gelled, it all worked and stuff, but so I don't know.
Oh, who got the Return of the Living Dead for? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep, I got that. I watched it right away, and I was wowed by that transfer.
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
Yeah. I actually found part 2 of that the other day on DVD, Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
It's on Bluray.
Was it shot in Louisville, Mike? I always forget about that. It was shot in Louisville, wasn't it?
Yeah, supposedly that scene at the warehouse is supposedly in Louisville. So I don't know if they actually filmed it in Louisville, but that's where it's supposed to take place.
I'm actually friends with Beverly Randolph, the actress who played the boyfriend who got infected, his girlfriend. I'm Facebook friends with her.
Oh.
Okay, I was hoping she was friends with the girl that gets naked and is naked through the whole movie.
They're friends in real life. They all stay in touch, especially when they do Comic-Cons or something like that. They all stay in touch.
Yeah, that girl was hot.
Isn't that
probably not so much
but
anymore.
But she did not age that well.
Probably not. Of course not.
No.
Rode hard and put up dry.
Comic-Con. I've never been to one, and I'm sure they're fun as hell because you do get to meet celebrities and have them sign your shit or whatever it may be. But I've just never done one.
Well, we have LexCon here in Lexington. I think it's put on by the. I think the people that put on the San Diego Comic Con, they have. I think they promote or they I think it's kind of the same people that go around the different cities and do smaller ones throughout the year. And I don't ever go because it was every time I went over here, it was just packed, shoulder to shoulder people. It just wasn't fun.
Yeah.
And
well, John, did
it's
you
so many
hear
people.
that? Oh, sorry. I was going to say in March, Lexicon's supposed to have Evil Dead director Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi's supposed to be there. He's supposed to be there all weekend. So
nice.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind attending a San Diego Comic-Con. That would be fun. Because, I'm in California, it makes fucking sense, so.
Yeah.
It's a long drive, but I'm sure it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it's not like it used to be, though. There's a lot of the guys that used to go to it a lot, not anybody personal, but people I listen to on the internet. So, they used to go to it. They say it's just not the same as it used to be. I mean, it'd be fun to. Yeah, at one time, me and a couple of friends, we were like, man, we ought to go one year to Comic-Con, go out there, and we never did it. And now it's been kind of ruined, just because, the comic industries went to hell. There's the comics are terrible and not selling, and then the movies are bad. There's nothing I would want to go out there and support.
Yeah. I think the only one that I'd be willing is actually a really good one. And I think it's within like a couple of years now. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's called The Last Ronin or Ronin, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple. I've got a couple of those issues. I need to look and see if the trade is. Whoops, crap. I need to see if they've ever released the trade on it. I like trades myself. It's besides individual issues. I've always liked all of them together. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, the comic books I have are basically strictly the Crow at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, the last Ronin was that is a good one. They're hit and miss. There's some good ones here and there, and then there's some guys doing some indie comics that are pretty good. But I'm not a big comic book guy. I kind of I just read regular books for the most part.
Were you ever a fan of Doctor Who?
I can't get into watching it much. I've tried watching it several times, and I liked what I saw, but it's just there's so much of it, I just couldn't keep committing to watching all of it. It's good, don't get me wrong. The early stuff's good. Now the newer stuff with the woman,
Jodie,
not supposed to be good. Yeah, just because the writing is atrocious.
Got me into Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I've seen of Doctor Who I like, but I am sort of lost sometimes when you just start watching a random episode and really don't know what's going on with who this person is, or something. So
sad.
I haven't got too deep in it.
Yeah, because what's sad now is that Disney apparently now owns it. Yeah.
Did they buy it or did they just lease it to put it on?
It
Disney
could be
Plus
a
or something
leasing.
like that?
I don't know, but I heard that it was bought.
Looks like anybody but Disney could buy it.
Well, make sure they put a bad reboot on it, and they'll do a number on it. So
they'll turn it on its head.
Bad robot
with it.
Yeah, they've destroyed so many franchises: Star Wars, Star Trek. What's next? Doctor Who, apparently, probably.
Well, James Bond, I heard, is supposed to change, possibly.
No.
And it's next.
I think they were going to try a woman on that one too.
There was that rumor, but I don't know.
Did you guys see this?
I haven't.
Yeah, it was really good. It's a really good it's a multiverse movie, but it's not like a comic book movie. But it could have been based on a comic book, as far as I know. I've never looked into it that deep, but it's a good movie. It was really good. Yeah.
I've seen it at the store. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah.
You should message Jodie and say, "You gonna join us?"
Yeah, I about forgot about him there, but did you guys?
I can't text him since I'm using my phone.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you guys check out, I've got some notes over here written down that I wanted to remember. But if you guys checked out the new Beavis and Butthead movie and the show,
Mm-mm,
I have
not yet.
checked out the show and I did see the movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it pretty good.
Oh, I did
I thought it was
too.
funny. Yeah.
And it was funny because I told my sister and my brother-in-law, I said, you know what, I feel like this one was more of a Beavis and Butthead Do America than Do America itself.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah. I liked how they used the movie to move them forward into the future
Mhm.
for the TV show, so they could do the social media stuff
Yeah.
for the videos.
Make fun of the TikTok videos,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
What
pretty
does that
funny.
come on? Does that come on Paramount
Paramount
Plus?
Plus.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. And Paramount Plus has like two of my favorite shows on there, and I mainly use it for that. But it's Bar Rescue, reality, bar saving show, and Ink Master.
Oh yeah, Ink Master.
yeah.
That's an awesome show
I've
to
heard
watch
about
because
that.
you can see all the people who fuck up their tattoos and everything, and I'm like, oh, like why would you do that to yourself?
I used to watch that, and it came on like TLC or Discovery or
Spike TV.
or Spike. Yeah, Spike TV. Yeah.
Yeah, no, now Kat Von D, when she was doing a show, and I forget the name of the show itself because she ended up doing her own later on. It was with a Miami tattoo place, like in Florida or something like that.
Yeah, Miami.
And
yeah.
it was, I think, on Discovery though. I think that was Discovery or TLC, one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I like those shows.
I'm trying to think of what it. Let me see what I've got this week. Picked up a couple of things.
There was something else I've watched recently. I haven't watched a whole lot, like on. I watched
the Christmas 4K movies, like National Lampoon's Christmas Story and them.
Yeah, I've got those too. Yeah, I hadn't got to them yet.
Have you seen?
Yep.
Have you seen X?
No.
But I picked up Pearl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the prequel to X.
Okay, like watch that one first and then watch X probably.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do it like that.
Yeah, I was wondering about that earlier. I saw. Did it just come out this week?
I think it was this week that it came out. Yeah.
I kind of wanted to see it in the theater. I'm not a massive horror person, but I'll watch some here and there. But that one, for some reason, kind of looked interesting.
On my horror.
Yeah.
Well, X has a lot of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibe to it. It kind of takes place in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Texas, and it's got a little vibe going to it.
That's cool.
Yeah, those I want to see for sure.
Was not blown away with Nope. Did you guys see Nope?
I haven't. I haven't watched it though yet.
Yeah, people keep telling me it's really good to check it out, and I haven't. I've seen the director's other two movies, but I haven't.
I'm sure I won't be blown away, but I'm sure I'll probably still be entertained.
Yeah,
I think my problem with it is because I've actually watched like the Twilight Zone and stuff like that, the kind of stuff that he was obviously inspiring him to make the movie.
Hitchcock.
And it just didn't, and he just wasn't a good student of that material to make the movie. It just wasn't. There was things. Well, I'm not going to say nothing since you haven't seen it, but there's just things in the movie that don't tie, that they're in there, but they don't end up tying into the rest of the movie. There's no, generally when you make a movie like that, they'll like kind of
have a little tiny backstory or something.
Yeah, the side story will tie in, or it'll affect the rest of the story, or have some kind of consequence in the story. It didn't, and when you see it, you'll understand. Okay, somebody.
Can y'all look up something? Conspiracy. Okay.
Well, you guys, I picked up this too. This just came out. This is the 4K of The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah,
the Arrow.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, the Arrow edition.
Yeah, I've never seen The Wolf of Wall Street. I've seen plenty of clips, but not the whole thing through.
Yeah, this set's pretty cool. You open it up, and it's like his wallet. It's got a little fake bag of cocaine in one
Mhm.
corner. It's got like a credit card, his business card, and it's kind of
That's pretty
nice.
cool.
It's just the deluxe version, you know.
Is
It
that
comes with the
Blu-ray or
extras.
4K? Is that a 4K or
4K,
Blu-ray? Oh, that's
4K.
awesome. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
then
nice.
Yeah, I need to upgrade my TV.
I got
I picked this
that
up for some
Hellboy.
reason.
Oh wow, is
See,
that
I don't have the Shout Select, but I do have the 4K from Zavvi, the Steelbook.
Okay.
hmm.
And I have
Pretty
all the
good.
Bill and Ted's now.
Yeah, I need to see that new
Yep.
one.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, that's really
Excuse
good.
Face the Music, you haven't watched it yet?
Mm.
I'm just trying to get through my 4Ks.
Oh, these are recently bought ones?
Yeah.
Field
That's
of
why
Dreams, I've had
they haven't
that
had
for a
them
while. Still, I've seen
Yeah.
the movie. You know, the whole build it, they will come, or
No.
you know, that's where that's famous from. So,
Yeah. I haven't watched this yet. That's just Blu-ray. I'm sorry. I
ooh,
thought
I
I had
watched
it.
it.
Yeah.
I watched it. It's actually not as bad as people probably think it's going to be. It was actually kind of entertaining. It didn't really waste too much time with like a build up, you know. So they did pretty well with it, in my opinion.
I thought it looked pretty good.
You need to watch the movie Fall.
Who
It's
did
called
that?
Fall. It's a really good one, in my opinion. Kind of
Okay.
messes with your head if you're, you know, afraid of heights. Oh yeah, like watching it in a theater. There were moments I was getting chills because I'm a little bit of a, you know, have a phobia of heights, and I don't know what that one's called, but when
Yeah, I do
watching
too.
it made me kind of nervous.
Well, it's kind of
Especially in the
like
theater.
well, Hitchcock has Vertigo, which is kind
Yeah.
of that. Yeah. So here's a goofy one I picked up this past week because I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it's actually kind of funny.
Oh yeah,
Malibu's
Malibu.
Most Wanted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
That was a lot
Yeah.
of people's favorite like comedy during that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there he is! Hey!
What are we doing?
What's going on?
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hello,
Not
hello.
much.
Oh, my headphones are awful tonight. I'm gonna figure this out eventually. There it is. I got it, I think. Okay,
The
let's touch it.
new Pearl Harbor is a great documentary.
This guy's fucking around, but it's kind of funny. Yeah.
What are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
We're just chatting.
Yeah. Just bullshitting.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
It's
I've
times.
all my time off. I've I bought a lot through. Well, not I haven't bought a lot. I just would buy like one piece or two a week, but they built up, and I hadn't. Some of the stuff I haven't watched because of my eyes. They just been completely. I was waiting for a lot of things until my eyes were fixed, so I could appreciate watching them again. So that's why I'm
Right.
behind on a lot of new stuff. So
Yeah.
I picked
Yeah.
this up, Mike. Well, where the hell did it go to?
I know we're all waiting. What is it?
What is it?
Well, it was another Ken Burns documentary. I don't know where it went. Shit,
Uh-oh.
that's weird.
Oh, was that
Hey.
the country music one? I haven't seen that
No,
one yet.
no. I bought an old one. I bought the national parks,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but I just got it on DVD because the Blu-ray was like $90.
Mhm.
Damn.
Was like,
Yeah,
just bought the-
I think they're all out by PBS video or something, and they're always expensive. You know, I always find them used or something and not pay the whole.
Yeah. Hey,
Crazy
Jody, have
part.
you watched like X or Pearl yet?
Hell no.
No?
And I want to. I've got like
I
two or
haven't
three
either,
different
don't feel
versions. I
bad.
got like 2 or 3 different versions of X.
Really?
I just got that Walmart Pearl slipcover in the mail yesterday.
Nice.
I found these. This was in
Oh,
my
yeah.
stack here. That was a pretty good
Yeah.
Criterion.
Nice.
That's a good movie.
The Sam Fuller movie.
Yeah.
So did the Steelbook show up today, like you said, or
Oh, yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Let me put it.
Oh,
Not
is
a
that the
Living
4K?
Dead?
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good looking 4K transfer. That's the 4K.
I heard good about that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I got
need to
the
get that
regular
one
one.
myself, actually.
Yeah.
I got the one that came out like 2-3
Yeah.
years ago.
Earth Girls are easy. Hell yeah.
That's a good
Oh, yeah, I got that
transfer,
one.
and
I got
that's
that
a
one.
fun movie. That's a good movie too.
My local Walmart quit getting those Vestrons in it. I haven't seen any of the new Vestrons in forever.
Really.
I mean, I could order them
Yeah.
anywhere else, but I usually would get them at Walmart. And they don't.
Yeah, I got that one at or no, this one was at Best Buy actually. So,
Here it is, Charlie.
but I
that's
mean,
the one I was talking about.
Bum, 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 bum.
I was just telling them
Um,
that that's the most expensive thing I've ever bought. That's just one item.
Bum, 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 bum.
nice.
When
Yeah,
did that
your name all
edition
over it.
come out?
Forever ago, it was a Zabby exclusive, like in the UK.
Oh yeah, Zabby. Yeah.
Yeah, it never got like so much a US release, but at one point I think Best Buy was able to actually sell it because I remember seeing it on Best Buy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like unless it was like somebody who was doing a reselling through them, but you were able to find it at one point.
That's weird.
Yeah, it may be weird, but I didn't know it was a Zabby thing. I thought it was US until you told me that.
I finally got one of my grails.
Yeah, Gina Davis looks good in this movie.
Oh
So
yeah, she's hot in that movie. Memento, that's a good movie.
No, not Memento, but Earth Girls Are Easy.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I was saying that like
Yeah.
Earth Girls, are easier. Is a funny movie, and Gina Davis is hot in it for sure.
Well,
He was
there's
showing
like
up
a
in Memento Steel.
yeah, I've seen it. That's pretty awesome. I've never bought that in Blu-ray or anything. So, is
I'm
there a
trying to do a
4K
bundle
now,
deal
or
with
is it
that
just
girl.
There's not a 4K yet.
no? Okay.
Yeah, Jody, that girl. I'm actually talking to her about possible buying from her.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's where
She
I got
actually
my
had the
Memento.
original Labyrinth Steelbook.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
She sent me. She had this long ass
Yeah,
Google,
list.
Google Note list or whatever it's called. I was like,
Yep,
this
I was
is-
looking at all of it.
Yeah.
I was like, more.
Why is she
power
getting
to
rid
you.
of everything? Just money?
Didn't ask.
Huh?
I
Didn't
said,
ask.
I know I didn't ask. I mean, I could ask later.
Well, it doesn't
I don't,
matter.
I don't think.
I'm just being nosy.
I think she's always kind of thought about it. Yeah, I think it's kind of come up in our because I've sold her stuff in the past at group buys, and it's always kind of one of those things.
Probably
She's
needs
like,
to
one
make
day
her
I'll
money
get out of
back.
it.
Probably lost her job or something.
Who knows?
Yeah. You've been doing pretty good, Jody. I didn't say to you when you got on there. So
Yeah, man. Had a baby. It's exciting, right?
another.
Exactly what I said. Another one.
How many do you have? Like 3 or 4 or something?
This is
6.
technically my third, but I also have 2 steps. So there's 5 total.
Okay.
So 5 total. Damn.
5 total. Damn. That's exactly what I said. I'm gonna get that.
No,
t-shirt.
nobody
5
said-
total. Damn.
Nobody said you had to recreate, Full House and nothing.
Listen, Listen, as soon as we found out this one was coming, I went and got that shit turned off. You know what I'm saying? I got that factory shut the fuck down. So it's not going to happen again. I promise. The doctor said so.
There's nothing wrong with it, though. The birth rate's way down in this country and most industrialized nations anyway, so we need more.
That's right. I'm just trying to help out,
Hey,
gentlemen.
yep.
And I've heard that
Yeah.
the media lied to us that we're not really overpopulated. We're actually underpopulated.
Aw.
It's true. That's why I was showing you earlier. It's probably not much interest to you, but it's a pretty good documentary series.
Oh, global warming. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy documentaries. I like stuff like that where it's about weather or if it's about wildlife. Sometimes I like serial killer documentaries. Those are always kind of cool to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Tiger King was a documentary. I enjoyed that. In fact, I think it was 2 seasons of the documentary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did they release a second season of Tiger King? I never did.
I watched it.
watched. I was trying to think of the other. I watched something else on one of the streaming services. Another movie that was good. But I mean, I watched RRR. I don't know if you guys seen that on. It's on Netflix. It's actually it's an Indian movie. It's not Bollywood. I think it's called Dollywood. There's actually like in Tollywood. I'm sorry, it's called Tollywood. And in India, you got like a couple of different competing like movie like not not movie studios, but two like factions of India. Like, but they got competing like movie scenes. And one is Tollywood, but RRR is made by Tollywood, and it's like kind of it's just like an action movie, but it's like an action historical movie. It kind of about it's kind of got the British in there and how they treated the Indians really bad, and it's like them kind of revolting against the Indians revolting against the British, and it's kind of a story in that. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie. Yes. Yeah. But I was going to show you this, Mike. I got this week.
Oh, okay. Is that the
Shout? The Shout, yeah.
Is it like the collection? Is it the Bodyguard?
Oh, I saw some advertisements for that.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I want to get that Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, but it's Zavvi only, isn't it? Like overseas only?
Yeah, I think I think it was Arrow. The Arrow it was a UK only for Arrow, but knowing them, but they've been like taking like 6 months, and then all of a sudden it's a US release. It's been getting stupid.
Yeah.
It's got Yakuza Wolf 1 and 2, Bodyguard Cuba, Bodyguard Cuba 2, Shogun Shadow, Samurai Reincarnation, Swords of Vengeance. Yeah.
I was gonna say I got that old one, Sonny Chiba, that Shout put out. I think that had the what do you call it, Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter, whatever.
I got the Vinegar Syndrome of a Cloak and Dagger, but it was just the case and disc only. It wasn't the full package, like Beastmaster.
Yeah, I wanted to order that. I wanted to order that big package.
Have they? What are they going to release? Have you seen anything new? Anything exciting?
Well, I don't know if it's really like say confirmed, but I know that it's been floating around a little bit. Is that Vinegar Syndrome is possibly going to pick up the movie Sidekicks, Chuck Norris, and give that a 4K.
That'd be cool.
I think that just came out. I think that came out on Blu-ray recently.
It did, but it's an overseas Blu-ray, like Australia, I think.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I think it's a German release.
I could be wrong on the region, but yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw it on eBay out of nowhere one day that it was a Blu-ray, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I thought about getting it, and then all of a sudden I hear the news about the possible 4K, and I'm like, maybe I'll wait. Because I have the DVD, and I mean an authentic DVD. It wasn't even a made-on-demand, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And the DVD Sony actually didn't even look that bad. It looked like it was kind of like an HD DVD, that was basically the step up to Blu-ray in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, they just did a digital upgrade.
The Sony Classics collection, it's got some good stuff in there. That's why I went and pre-ordered it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's got
SLC
some really good
Punk,
stuff.
That's the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah. But it's got Run Lola Run in there, and God, it's got a couple other things that are really good too. I'm sorry I can't remember all of them. I had to pull it up, but
like one with Penelope Cruz, like Volver or something like that.
Yeah, is that on that big box set, the Columbia set?
It kind of like a Columbia, but it's like their 30th anniversary set.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised that they had SLC Punk in there, which I'm kind of. It's cool that it's in there, but it surprised me.
Yeah, I know, because it didn't even get a regular Blu-ray release at all, ever.
Yeah.
It was just DVD, and that took me a while to even get an authentic DVD of that one. And then all of a sudden, this is coming out on 4K. I'm like, well, do I want to keep the DVD now? Yes, I'm going to, because that was a pain in the ass to grab.
Well, remember when Rad came out? Like it came out and it was a big deal because and then all of a sudden all these other companies had it like right away, and it was weird, because you had
it sold out quick too.
Yeah.
And now people are charging a bunch of money, more than my Crow Steelbook.
Yeah, I think I actually have the Steelbook of the Rad. I think it came out. Was that the what's that one? What do you call it? That label.
Was that also Vinegar Syndrome?
Well, no, Vinegar Syndrome didn't release the Steelbook. They just released the 4K.
Didn't they release it on 4K?
Vinegar Syndrome?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they released the 4K.
Did Mill Creek do it?
Oh,
yeah. It was something like Mill Creek. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
because I got both. I got the 4K, and then I turned it around and bought the Steelbook. I think the Steelbook's still in the wrapper. I never took it out because I obviously got the 4K way before that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never opened my Who Framed Roger Rabbit Steelbook because I have the other copy. And then, what was it? Like a Child's Play, Red Dawn, and Poltergeist. Those are unopened on purpose because I have another watchable copy.
Has anybody seen the Lost Boys and the Goonies 4Ks and see what they look like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The transfers.
The Goonies. I haven't seen the Lost Boys. But.
Well, Lost Boys.
I heard they were both good.
Looks really good on 4K. It's actually one of the better discs of the year.
I'd have to go back and watch, because of my eyes, I'd have to go back and watch the Goonies because even several years ago, my eyes weren't what they are now. So I'd have to look at it again.
Goonies was actually a really good transfer. Definitely better than the regular Blu-ray that they had. But if you were to compare, like, say, Goonies to Lost Boys actually looks a little bit more better.
Okay, yeah. Because I know it's a dark movie. It's got a lot of dark night scenes and a lot of stuff like that.
If you have an OLED, then I would say you will love it.
Okay. Yeah.
I picked this up as well, Mike. I just got it today, actually.
Oh, wow. Part 4?
Yep.
I had 3. I got 3, but I don't have 4.
Well, I just have 3 and 4. I've never bought 1 and 2 because I have those. I think they're Mill Creek released. A lot of those movies are on the Mill Creek releases that they release. It's the same movies for the most part. Yeah. There are different ones on the indicator sets, but the first 2 sets, there's a lot of the same movies. So I never bothered picking those 2 up. I think the first one's going for like 150 now. Yeah.
Yeah, they can go pretty high now.
And a lot of movie announcements for movies that we've been wanting, like for 2023 coming around the corner. I'm excited for some of them. Like, I'm actually excited for Rain Man. No joke.
Well, I like Rain Man.
I mean, because I like Rain Man, and I had been debating if I just want to get the Blu-ray. And it's funny because I even asked the disc father, like, I was like, hey, would you happen to know if this is going to be getting a 4K? Because if so, I don't want to get the Blu-ray if I don't have to, kind of thing. And he said that he didn't know anything at that time. And when he announced it, I called him on it again, and I said, hey, remember when I said to you, da-da-da-da? And he goes, I wasn't allowed to say anything at the time. That's why I couldn't give you an honest answer. And I was like, well, that kind of sucks, but I never bought the Blu-ray, so now I'm glad it's coming. Yeah. Oh, and Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, yeah, Tootsie. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Was that a Columbia release? The Tootsie?
I can't remember.
Tootsie, if you mean if it's with Sony, possibly, but they're not with the classic sets, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What on that
the
last?
one with the classic sets, it's more like Annie, Taxi Driver, Stripes.
Yeah, Taxi Driver is the one. Yeah, that's one I would like to have on 4K. That said, there were several. The
That
part
was with
2, I
Volume
didn't really
2
care,
box set.
but the volume was that volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Taxi Driver.
Yeah, the Columbia
Okay.
Classics Volume 2.
Yeah.
And then Volume 3 is the one that has like To Sir with Love and Annie and As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson, Helen Hunt.
I'm just not. That's the problem. Like they'll have like a couple of movies, and that's like their selling point. They try to get you to buy the whole set with only a couple of like really deserving movies to be in a set like that, because this like Columbia had a hell of a lot more movies that were
Oh yeah,
that deserved to be in a classic set than some of the stuff they put out. But
I agree. Like with the
Yeah.
Volume 2, I kept telling you guys how it bugged me that Social Network was going to be a part of that.
yeah,
You know, it was like, I don't consider that classic enough to be in the set.
Yeah.
I think they always try to do like different eras. Like they try to do kind of the kind of the big movie of the era with each set.
Yeah.
And the Social Network's a decent movie, but it's not like what I think there's probably movies of newer era movies that are probably better, but whatever. It's cool. It's cool
to
to
Volume 4 next year.
It's cool to have the set, but I don't know if I'll go back and buy the 2 and 3.
Well, see, 2 and 3, I would say, are the cheapest right now because compared to the first one, that one's out of print. You can't get that unless you're going through another reseller, and they're charging more than what it's originally worth.
Yeah.
So if you already have Volume 1, that's good because that's the most expensive one, even used.
What are they going for right now for 2 and 3?
300, 400, even 500.
Oh no, 2 and 3, the ones that are
2
still
and
in
3,
print.
they're like definitely under 200 for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll try to go back and rebuy them at the moment. I probably don't need to wait too long for them, but because they'll go out of print. But
eventually,
that's how it goes. Yeah.
Are they releasing any of those releases separately? Can you get Taxi Driver?
They have done some. They just haven't done all of them. And some of them are actually overseas, not here.
I like to have Taxi Driver on 4K. I don't think I've never even bought it on Blu-ray. I don't think, because I definitely have like it on DVD.
I didn't have it before until then with the Columbia Classics.
Yeah.
Man, I got laser discs, DVDs, and Blu-rays of Taxi Driver.
Damn. You too, John? Laserdisc?
I may have a Laserdisc copy of it. But,
yeah.
I got DVD and Laserdisc maybe. I can't remember if I have a Laserdisc or not. But yeah.
Did you ever have the Crow in your collection with Laserdisc?
No.
I don't know if I do or not.
Because I just because, collecting wise of the Crow, I ended up getting both the first one and the second one on Laserdisc just because.
Yeah.
Just to collect, yeah.
Yeah, just to collect it, so now I can be a part of the Crow collection, basically. So I've got a good little collection so far. I don't have everything, that's for sure, but I have a decent collection. I'm not trying to buy every single thing Crow, but close.
Yeah.
Well, when you really like something as much as you like that, then it's kind of
it's
justified. It's justified,
Well, I'm sure there are people that are a bigger fan than I am and probably collect every single thing, but I am a big fan of it, and next to that is Braveheart.
This is a movie. This is a movie I haven't seen. Well, I'll wait till Mike shows his. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I forgot I had this the other day. It's a steelbook of Braveheart.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah, I like that one. I've got that one. That's a good one.
You have that one, Jody?
Yeah.
Pretty old.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that steelbook.
Yeah,
it's pretty basic. I mean, it's a cool cover on it and everything. It's got the DVD with it and Blu-ray.
Nice.
Somebody was talking the other day on another show I was watching, and they had traveled to. Is that Scotland? It's Scotland, right? I always get them back to. It was Scotland, wasn't it?
Yeah, Scotland.
If you go to Scotland, like they actually used the likeness of Mel Gibson because they really didn't know what that guy looked like, the actual guy in history.
Oh yeah.
So they actually in the souvenir shops they use the likeness of Mel Gibson on like statues and things.
Nice.
Oh wow.
You know, yeah,
Be right
pretty
back.
awesome.
I wonder if he's ever come for a check. You know, be like, hey, you're using my likeness. Now I need a
Yeah.
check.
He should.
Probably got one at one time. Have you seen
Yeah.
this, Mike? Because I bought this. It just sounded good, and
Forbidden Zone.
yeah, it sounded kind of interesting. It's kind of
Yeah,
got
it
a-
looks familiar, but
I think I saw that
Yeah.
on Amazon. I
yeah.
was debating on buying it too. I was like, that looks very interesting.
It's
That guy
it's
looks-
got
It looks
got
like that
that-
dude.
yeah. It's the guy from Fantasy Island,
Oh yeah,
Belichick,
yeah, yeah.
whatever his name is.
Yeah,
oh,
the plane guy. What's his name? Yeah, he's got a
The
cool name. I
plane.
can't think of it.
yeah, it's sorry. I'm trying to look for
I
it.
forget
here.
his name too, but as soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like, yes.
It starts with a V, I believe.
Yeah, I think his last name's like Belichick or something. But I can't think the.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't see it on here.
He's probably like in the background. They were like, that's the only famous person in here. We gotta put him on the cover.
Yeah. Oh, something else I picked up the other day, just during that Criterion sale. I got the Criterion edition of Pan's Labyrinth. Because,
I grabbed that.
yeah, I honestly have never seen it. I was like, man, I want to see this movie.
It's been a
So I
long
finally
time since I've
got
seen it.
Yeah, I
I
need
don't
to
know
pick
why
that
it's-
up. I need to pick that up. That's one I passed over so many times for some reason.
Mm.
Is there a 4K release of it now, or is it still this the Blu-ray?
There might be. There might be. Knowing my luck, I just bought the Blu-ray, so there's probably a 4K coming.
I don't know if we ever. Yeah, it would have to be coming soon. I don't think we ever got a 4K of that.
I picked this up a while back. I haven't
Aztec
watched any
Mummy.
of them yet. Aztec Mummy Collection. I like somebody.
Huh.
I haven't
That's
watched
probably
any
pretty
of them
cool.
yet, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of oddball stuff. That's
Yeah.
interesting. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was saying, I'm not really keeping up with the new releases. I haven't really went and looked on Blu-ray.com, so I don't. I've kind
I
of
was
been.
wrong.
I kind of like
We do
going
have a
into
4K
Best Buy
plan.
and being surprised, but finding stuff, and of course there's stuff I would have to order, obviously.
I did
What
a
have
I did a Best Buy video maybe a month ago or something. It was an out and about video, and I went to my Best Buy and showed kind of what they had or didn't have, and it's every time I go there,
Yeah.
it's smaller and smaller.
Yeah. It stayed about the same in my location for a while now. It's not really shrunk a whole lot, but it's definitely not like 10 years ago when you had like
No.
3,
Mm.
4, or 5 aisles of physical media. Mine's down to like one aisle, and plus that little section up front with the new releases. Now it's-
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Got that one too. Saturday
Is
Night
that the-
Fever.
Is that the Paramount Presents one?
Paramount. It's from Paramount, but not like a Paramount Present kind of thing where it's got
Oh.
that foldable thing. No.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I watched
never
it
had
last
that on
night.
video.
The transfer actually looks really good.
I've actually got
Yeah.
this Paramount Presents. I haven't watched it yet, but
Oh,
Rough cut.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Burt
there's
Reynolds.
supposed to be another movie that's going to be
Burt
Paramount
Reynolds.
Presents. That's going to be a 4K. I forget what the title is though. That's going to bug me. I've been hearing a lot of bad about planes, trains, and automobiles of its transfer.
Really.
I heard it's got an hour of bonus material or something on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, deleted scenes
footage.
that you can even watch. Yeah, that didn't
Yeah.
make the actual cut, I guess.
That's what people's been kind of dying for, that extra
Yeah, because it
footage.
comes with the 4K and just
Yeah.
the Blu-ray special features disc.
Huh. I passed on it because it was the same damn steelbook.
Oh, the
Yeah.
same as the color of the steelbook?
It was the same as the Blu-ray that they released.
Yeah, except it's
About
not steelbook, it's just a slipcover.
I thought they did the steelbook again too.
No, just the
Ah.
slipcover.
Well, screw them all.
But
together.
it's the same artwork.
Yeah.
No, you and
When-
I agreed Wayne's World was the one that used the same fucking art.
That's what it was.
when does it come out? Is it out? Planes, Trains,
Which
and
one?
Automobiles. Planes, Trains, and
came out.
Automobile.
It,
The 4K came out already.
I think it comes out next week.
Does it?
Oh, was it next week?
I think it's next week that it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think that's right.
my local Target had like that old steelbook in there forever, and I was tempted to buy it, and I was like, I've already have it on Blu-ray, so there's not really any
Yeah,
point.
that's what I said to myself too. I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, it looks cool, but do I really need it? You know,
Yeah.
because I try
Mhm.
not to double dip a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll double dip on a movie that I really love. Like, say you like The Crow, so every
Yeah.
time a new Crow comes out, you're gonna get it because
So
But-
movies for me that I would say that I would definitely double dip on is, of course, The Crow, and then Coraline. I would actually double dip on Beetlejuice, The Goonies, which I have done with The Goonies. I have the original Best Buy Steelbook exclusive that they had of it, and then of course the 4K one that came out later. I think those are the only ones. No, I take that back because I did double dip on Red Dawn because I did the Steelbook and the regular slipcover, as well as Child's Play and Poltergeist.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Okay.
Poltergeist.
Yeah. I seen that in the store, but I didn't pick it up on 4K. I need to because I don't think I've ever bought it on Blu-ray that I can remember. So that's one I need to pick up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Poltergeist looks awesome on 4K.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was wondering about those, The Lost Boys and Goonies and Poltergeist, like how do they look,
well, you do know
Yeah.
that Beetlejuice is on 4K too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even Howard
Yeah,
the
how about-
Duck.
Yeah, I knew about Howard the Duck, yeah.
Who greenlit that? I mean, come on.
Oh, I love Howard the Duck
I do too.
ever
just
since
think
I
it's
was a
funny.
kid, so I have nothing negative to say about him.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
definitely a
it's
guilty pleasure.
not horrible.
No.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
just
think
funny how
forgettable
movies can
movies.
sometimes flop at the box office, but then gain popularity in physical media.
Yeah.
Cult hit now.
Yeah. And I think that's
I
what
mean-
upsets me about like studios like Disney, for example, with the not wanting to really do so much with physical media more, maybe license it out, but that's about it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like with Criterion. But because they used to do that whole vault thing, like, oh, get it while it lasts, get it before we
Yeah.
close the vault again. That was actually
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of cool because it seemed like you actually got something out of the vault, not just
Exactly.
a link, to download, and it made it
No.
more special, I guess. But
Like it felt good to like grab something and say, I own this,
Yeah.
yeah,
and be proud of it.
yeah,
But
yeah. I just don't. I don't know. I can't download everything. I gotta have physical media for the most part.
Well,
so.
Yeah.
and people still throw that whole, why would you want to collect movies instead of just watching it digitally? And it's like, well, okay, just like physical media digitally, movies can also go out of print on there as well
Mhm.
due to licensing issues. Same thing. Like Home Improvement, you used to be able to stream it on Hulu. You can't now. And
Yeah.
Disney owns it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't
Well, all
licensed
these-
it to anyone.
Well, all these companies are wanting to do their own streaming service now, so it's harder for say Netflix to get certain movies because this company wants to do their own channel now, so you can't get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Like
Paramount
everybody's
Plus
starting their own
originals, Hulu originals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Everybody wants their own channel now, so
I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not against people like doing that. I mean, hell, because if you think about us, we're a group of people who are doing our channel in a sense, promoting them as we are right now on this one because it's his channel, it's John's channel, like normally right
Yeah.
now.
Well, we've actually got we were actually have the final reel has its own channel.
the final reel.
That's right.
Yeah.
You were saying, yeah, because you were doing something.
I'm just simulcasting it to the other channels just because as of right now this will just be its third video. It'll just be searchable after this video. I'm working on getting some of the other stuff uploaded.
Oh, okay.
Because technically this is our 15th video, me and Mike's 15th video. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
or
Oh, well,
Have you
it's
told,
including the original name, the original name of the show, the Cinerama 60.
oh,
Yeah, so I counted all those in with it. So
yeah.
did
eventually
you
I'll
tell
get all that
Jody
moved
what
over.
you're doing with your channel?
Mine?
What?
Yeah, like your new one.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to do just a movie review channel, not a physical media channel. I think what I'm gonna do is at the tail end of the video, whatever movie I'm reviewing, I'm gonna be like, this is how it's available on physical media. I'm gonna do like a little physical media at the end, but not do like, this is what I got this week type of physical media report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many people doing it. I'm just like, I just want something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still keep
It's-
collecting, but doing the cult of collectors and stuff. But as
Yeah.
far as my own channel, I just want to do movie reviews, basically. So.
Jody, have you even done your TikTok lately or no?
Man. No.
No? Okay. I just wanted to
No.
make sure I wasn't tripping.
No, I need to get on there. It's
I don't even know the last time I logged in. It's pretty bad. When I open up my personal, you can pull up like other accounts you have. It just says a bunch of 9s, and I don't want to click on it. That seems terrifying. But just a bunch of 9s. But yeah, because I was trying to like keep up with. I had like this whole area behind me was just nothing but new shit that I got in that I normally make TikToks of. It just got out of hand. I said screw it and put it on the shelf. So I'm just gonna have to sit down and just look around and start grabbing stuff off the shelf because I was kind of on top of it where I would get something, record something, put it on the shelf, and then I just lost track, and it just became a stack.
Yeah, I mean, you could just kind of like have people request like a certain movie, see if you have it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know. The last time I had a stack out of control, I just posted a picture of the whole stack, and I was like, "If you want to see any of these, let me know." And half of them, I got to show off because people were like, "I want to know what that is."
Yeah.
So, it turned out all right.
Saying,
Yeah,
like, what kind of Vampire Steelbooks do you have, or something like that?
Yeah. I don't know. I need to get over there because I'm sure like I was doing really good, especially with people like asking questions on a video, wanting to either know something or see something. I was doing really good at responding, which seemed to be getting more views. So I'm sure I got plenty of those to do. I can get on top of it.
Because I was telling John earlier that I'm actually doing really well on TikTok because I'm still gaining followers like almost every day, even if it's like just like 2 or 3 at a time kind of deal. But I'm still getting them.
Right.
I mean, I'm over 2,100 followers now, which is awesome. I get the views. The likes could be better, don't get me wrong, but I do get the views. They do come in. And I'm sure probably whenever I hashtag something, they'll be like, he tagged this word, but it's this instead. When it does relate to the movie that I'm talking about, but they're like thinking something else. Like if I put psycho killer, hashtag or something like that, but I'm talking about Silence of the Lambs or something like that. But they're thinking it's something else. Like, damn it, I was, not wanting to see that, but
Yeah.
What I was thinking about earlier with Return of the Living Dead, I've always thought it was kind of short. It like feels like right when the movie kind of gets going, it kind of ends.
You mean it feels like it's rushed?
Yeah, it just feels like that's just all the money they had. It was probably a very low budget, and they just ran out of money. It's like, we got to nuke the set now. We're done.
Yeah.
We got to nuke the city. Because it feels like it's just everything just starts happening. You get all the zombies, and then it's over. But I need to see part 2. I've never seen part 2.
Oh, Return of the Living Dead?
I've seen all of them.
Yeah,
because I've seen, because there's 2, there's 3, I think it's up to 4 or 5 total of Return of the Living Dead movies.
Yeah.
It's something crazy.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Some of them are fucking hilarious, though.
It'd be a good shout box set, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. If they were to do it as a box set, kind of like Critters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's sad that they did that, and then they, then the studio does that 5th Critters movie later.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I got it on my shelf like that. I got that awesome box set and then
Yeah.
one right beside it. I'm like, son of a bitch.
I know. I had debated if I just wanted to take them out and just get rid of the box itself, and just have them in the shelf.
Oh, I love that box.
Is that all they
ended
ended up?
So it's hard to depart.
Is that all they ended up doing? I thought they were going to make. There was like another one in the works or something.
In the works?
Not.
I thought there was going to be a
gonna
show. I thought that there was some talks about a show at one time.
There might have been it might have been talked about. I don't think anything was ever confirmed, though.
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't have mind seeing a show, seeing how well they would do with that, if they would tend it to be a little bit more horror. Because I watched the first one not long ago, forgetting how funny it was. Because the critters, them talking in their little subtitles at the bottom,
Yeah.
like they're laughing, and then all of a sudden their friend gets blown up and the critter goes,
Yeah.
It's like, did that just happen?
80s movie, man. That's what we're missing out of Hollywood right now. Cocaine. We need more 80s cocaine, and then we get a bunch of awesome movies.
Bring in Schoolies back.
We did something.
They just need to dump a big load of coke in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard and let everyone just.
Yeah, then they'll start signing off on every movie you can imagine.
Oh, I know.
I guess that's a problem. There's no coke now. Everybody's smoking meth, and that's why we're getting shitty movies.
Everybody ran out of coke.
Yeah.
They'll learn their lesson one day.
I know earlier we were talking about like reboots, remakes, and stuff like that. There are some successful ones that people actually enjoy more than the original, kind of like Scarface. The original was a black and white film, and then the new one was Al Pacino, and that person did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
Nobody really had an issue of it being a reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it. So,
yeah.
Or Evil Dead, because that was a remake, and apparently a lot of people really liked that one.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good, that remake of Evil Dead. Yeah, it was pretty decent.
Yeah, because I heard it was like a little bit more serious tone, darker tone than like, say, Sam Raimi's version. So,
yeah, but the Sam Raimi's not supposed to be like that. It's just supposed to be a comedy. It's supposed to be like it never was meant to be serious. So, I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I think Sam Raimi may have been a producer or something on it. So I don't. It's whatever he wants to do. He can let them do whatever they want. So, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But I generally don't like reboots, though, for the most part. Remakes like that, a movie made like 80 years ago, and then they remake it. That's what's one thing, because it's not in the public's consciousness. But a movie they made like 20 years ago, and they try to remake it, it's one thing.
You know what movie I want to see? It's not necessarily a remake, or it's a reimagining if you really think about it, because they're public domain characters, is the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie.
Oh, yes. I want to see that so bad.
Same here. I get the feeling, even though it's going to be cheesy as fuck, it's going to be one of the funnest movies to watch.
They've already greenlit
like a sequel or something.
Something, and because that what was that movie that just came out? That part 2?
Terrifier.
What just came out?
Terrifier 2.
It's doing so well. I think they're like, we need to greenlight these crazy horror movies.
And I haven't even seen the first Terrifier, so
no. It's got like a small budget. It makes me wonder
what makes the second one so special.
I don't know. I think just a lot of cult following grew as it came out on physical media, and so when the second one happened, it's just every theater they put it in, it was selling out like crazy.
Well, not only that, but I've been hearing that it's very possible that it's actually going to happen now, that Trick or Treat is going to get a sequel now.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And have the same person direct it.
Even though I'm not a big horror fan, there's a lot of horror fans out there. There's a lot, like I've never seen so many horror fans. So.
But when you say you're not a big horror fan, which horror do you like?
Well, I mean, I like horror movies. I'm just not a big time collector of it. I don't go crazy for it, like I'm saying.
Well, I get that. I'm just curious on what horror movies you actually enjoy more than others.
I'm not trying to look for rare VHS, movies from the 80s,
Beta.
stuff like that.
1909.
And I don't talk about it. I like the classic horror, like the 50s horror stuff, or
like
40s.
Dracula and them.
The original, the 40s stuff, 30s, 40s.
And the Hammer's pretty cool.
Hammer horror is good, yeah. And and I like the 80s stuff. You know, I like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, the stuff I grew up with. But that's the problem. I seen a lot of that stuff as a kid, and I just got, after, even as a kid, I wasn't really that scared of it, and so it just was like, so what,
Yeah,
but
I can understand that.
But of course, being where I lived at, I couldn't see a lot of like the independent stuff that got released because we just didn't have the theaters and stuff to play it. So, because there was a documentary that came out. It might have been Friday the 13th documentary, and they were talking about how Siskel Eber just hammered it when it came out. They just hated it and like found it was just like a disgrace and all this shit, and it was just huge hits. It was just like huge. All the slasher movies were like really big with audiences and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I don't slam it. No.
Yeah, because Siskel and Ebert, like I remember they used to have like a review show on TV.
Yeah.
And they would talk about how they either loved it and why they loved it, or didn't like it and gave you a reason why. But oh my God, I saw some of their behind the scenes stuff. They were definitely potty mouths, kind of like a Bob Saget, where you think they're this clean, good person, and yet behind the scenes they're like, "Oh, go fuck a cat" or something like that,
Yeah, they had a rivalry because they worked for two different newspapers, I think. Also,
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like that's the problem with reviews these days. Like at least like your mainstream reviewers. Is they're basically bought off by the studios. The studios give them free passes to go see movies, and and some of them, they get invited to the premieres, and they give them like gift bags and all this stuff, and they're basically incentivized to give a good review, or they're gonna not get invited back to the next one. So they're basically being bought off. So the best reviewers are not paid. And the thing about Siskel and Ebert is they were paid by their newspapers. But they weren't paid by the studio so much. I'm sure they probably got free passes here and there to go do that. But for the most part, that's why you got a little bit more honesty. You didn't have to agree with their opinion, but you were getting a more honest review. Now, because this stuff, these reviews, some of these Disney, the MCU movies get and stuff like anymore, just like, these movies are shit, and you're just giving them good reviews,
Yeah. Yeah, they carried a lot of weight back then. If they said it was good, thumbs up or whatever, a lot of people.
Yeah, it's just gonna only be 2 thumbs up. I remember that being their big thing.
I didn't watch them regularly, but I usually would look in the newspaper, and a lot of newspapers would carry their reviews, even if they weren't, kind of part of that newspaper chain necessarily.
Yeah.
But they would carry the 2 thumbs up or something. Siskel Eber gets 2. So that was a big deal. The people, the kids don't know about that day. That was a big deal whenever you look at the newspaper and get movie times and stuff. It would have like reviews and stuff in there. It was.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
them reviewing Home Alone. Actually, one of them actually enjoyed it, and the other didn't. It might have been Siskel who actually enjoyed it, and Ebert was the one who disliked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they kind of dumped on all the violence, of course, and the traps and stuff, of course. But
I remember they liked Clueless. I remember seeing that review because
that's weird.
For Clueless, yeah, they liked it. Yeah. For some reason, I was watching TV. I was watching TV like the Monday after it came out, and I was like, I don't know why, but I really liked the movie when it came out. I was like kind of blown away. It was like really good, and then they did too. I figured they were going to give it a bad review, but they were like, this movie's really good. It's a good-hearted movie, all this stuff. It's pretty good.
I like Clueless.
No, I do like. That's why I'm saying they did too. They were like, it had a good heart. It had a good story and everything. Well, it's Amy Heckerling, so you generally can't go wrong with her. She's in that era, she was still doing good stuff. Which I don't know how much I don't know what she did after that movie. Really,
she didn't do too much.
No,
she hasn't done a ton of stuff.
Yeah. But if you don't know who the director we're talking about, she did like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and like I think she direct like Look Who's Talking, the first one, at least the first one.
I think
and
so.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Because I know
can't think
Penny
of
Marshall did some directing stuff too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she did quite a bit. Penny Marshall.
I think she was the one who did A League of Their Own with Gina Davis and them.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she had a hand in Hocus Pocus, the first one. Because I know she's in it, but I think she was a part of the actual behind-the-scenes work. Like directed it or produced it, something like that.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch part 2 of that?
Yes, I did.
Of what? Which one?
Hocus Pocus.
Pocus.
Oh, no.
I couldn't. I watched the trailer and I thought, this is part 1. Like, there's nothing different here. Like, all they did was remake the movie with new kids, and everybody looks older. So I don't understand why this movie need to be made.
So did it have Bette Midler in it?
I enjoyed it.
I'm
going to be serious. I actually enjoyed it because the fact that it kind of stuck to original, like themes, to me, that's what helped it, because it's not like that they tried to recreate anything. They stuck with something and just, yes, the years went on and it's almost just like the first one. And that's probably why people still liked it, because of the humor that went with the first one worked with this as well.
Yeah.
At least that's my take on it.
I just remember all I saw was a trailer, and I just sat there and I watched it, and I went back and I watched it again. I'm like, this is beat for beat the same damn movie. This is
okay. You know, like how Mary, the so-called fat sister, she was riding a vacuum in the first one.
Yeah, I mean, they updated some things.
I was about to say, because now they're Roombas.
Yeah, but I'm just like, okay, so we made the same movie for 2022. That's and plus the way the original ended. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just one of those things. You can't convince me that they brought him back somehow. It doesn't make any sense if you watch the first one. It's
just
I don't know.
Updating.
I would say chance it and watch it.
And I hate that I've already heard the after credit scene, and I'm like, oh really? We're gonna do more now? Okay, cool.
Possibly,
I'll look forward to this in another year or two.
It did leave an opening. But I enjoyed it. Seriously, I did. I like it.
I've heard people do. I just after watching the trailer, I'm just like, I feel like I'm just gonna sit there the whole time and just be angry.
Well, it's funny you say that, because John was talking earlier how when he saw the trailer to Wakanda Forever, he thought that looked stupid.
It's pretty bad.
I mean, the trailer itself definitely tries to grab the heartstrings. It just really pulls you in of the fact of we're not really getting the original story we're supposed to be getting because of what happened in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to see it, so I can't weigh in on what the movie, if it's good or not. So I don't know.
Well, I was telling John that I personally enjoyed it. Like, it was actually good. It wasn't like like stupid, like slapped together kind of deal. Like, it actually took time with this one.
Yeah. I know. You know the way it went. That was eventually how everything was supposed to go. I think what happened.
They
in this
basically
movie,
skipped like 2 or 3 films in general that was supposed to have Chadwick, and then that story that we get was supposed to be the one later. Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully it's good. I mean, I've been hearing more good things than I have bad things. So I'll get to it eventually.
Like, people are saying that Angela Bassett actually deserves an Oscar win for this one.
Oh yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I saw the trailer before Thor, and I thought it looked really like it was going to be a huge event, So I don't.
Yeah.
That's all I've seen of it. I haven't
well,
seen
they're just souring the fans, but they're attacking the fans before the movies even come out, and that's what you should have heard some of the crap with Wakanda Forever before it came out. What they were doing, they were like, you need to go buy tickets for a black family and you got to stand outside and guard the theater for. And this was official. This wasn't bullcrap. This was official, the official kind of propaganda for the movie. But it was, I mean, it was just bullcrap. I'm just not supporting that stuff right now.
Yeah,
because it's
kind of unnecessary, really.
Yeah, well, it's racism the other way around. And it's just Hollywood's
Well,
the more they try to be anti-racist, the more racist they become.
Well, it's almost expected that if you have to come out serious with everything nowadays. You can't just put the movie out and just us enjoy it. It has to have another level to it of importance. And it's like, it's just a movie, guys. Let's
That's the
enjoy
problem. We don't need agenda-driven movies where you're trying to have a message in it. You're trying to get the current day message in everything. They make movies where they're making movies where you have a future. You're in the future, but you still have modern day. You have modern day messaging in it, like modern day politics. Or make a movie that takes place in the past, and you're still inserting modern day politics into it.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. They can't resist doing it, and it's hurting them. And that's why I was wanting to mention earlier. Like Warner Brothers they've heard the message loud and clear, and you've heard about all the stuff they're canceling. They completely. You've heard about Batgirl, the Batgirl.
Oh
movie,
yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I was kind of upset that one got canceled.
Didn't they film the whole movie?
It was apparently so bad that they destroyed every copy of it.
It was like
I didn't hear
fucking
it that
90%
bad.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it went from what was supposed to be a HBO Max movie to all of a sudden now it's theatrical, and they were like, "This wasn't meant for
I saw some still. There was some still footage of it, and the costumes looked atrocious. I mean, it looked.
The only thing I was looking forward to it was Michael Keaton. That was literally the only reason I was like, okay, I might watch this on HBO Max.
Well,
I was not going to go to the
and
theater.
Brendan Fraser, don't forget him.
Oh yeah. And
he was the bad guy.
I heard he did a good job from just like people on set talking. So
the new movie that he's got coming out with A24, The Whale.
Yeah.
But Warner Brothers they're like super in debt right now. Like, in fact, they were supposedly, they only have enough money to release like 2 movies at the end of this year. And that was Black Adam and something else. And I think it was that Olivia Wilde movie. I think they've both been released. I
know Aquaman was originally supposed to come out this December, and then it got pushed back for another year.
Yeah.
And I got pissed when I heard about that, because I'm like, dude, we were ready to watch it.
They're talking the new people in charge. I guess they're gonna let them actually do something, which would be great. I mean, all they need to do is get people put in front that like the material, know how to do the material, and then get out of their way. That's all they got to do.
Well, you got Amber Heard to thank for that. All the controversy around her is why they delayed that movie. Because the press.
They had to go back and take her out.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen, but I don't think she's going to be taken out of the movie, but she's not in it much anyways.
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just the controversy surrounding it. And it's probably budgetary too. They probably didn't
like the Flash movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie right there, like, I don't know how they're going to release it after all the crap that he's done.
Oh,
Ezra Miller.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very anxious to see the film, but I think
what's sad is they're already talking a sequel.
Yes.
Yeah, but not with him, not with Ezra Miller. They've already Warner Brothers already technically released him from anything else.
However this movie ends, it ends with a new Flash.
We'll see.
And they've ended the Fantastic Beasts movies. Like the new guy in charge of Warner Brothers, he's basically like, he's like, why aren't we making Harry Potter movies? And I know Fantastic Beasts is, but he said, why weren't we making Harry Potter movies, not fantastic. You know, why are we not making stuff that's going to make money? They also canceled the the all female.
Ghostbusters.
No, the yeah.
We all
No, he
canceled
said
that a long
cancel.
time ago.
Well, the Johnny Depp
Like,
series,
no more.
the Jack Sparrow.
Oh yeah. Margot Robbie was supposed to
Yeah.
be the new
Oh yeah.
lead in the Pirates.
Pirates. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I went blank there for a second. Yeah,
I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that was a thing.
yeah,
it was supposed to be a thing.
it's not. They canceled.
Not
it.
anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's why I'm saying all this stuff is imploding on them. Disney has enough stands. They got enough normies that will keep it going, and people will keep going to them, even if it's bad, and keep watching for a while. But it's already fallen off. You're not having $1 billion box offices. They're making a little bit of profit, but they're not having $1 billion. You got to realize the MCU before Phase 4. The last several movies, well, except maybe Ant-Man or something, but all the big movies made had $1 billion box office. And
Yeah, it
then,
makes you wonder how the new Avatar is going to work out.
and I think the only $1 billion box office is they've had so far is like Spider-Man. Am I correct about that? Has anything else hit $1 billion?
Billions?
Top Gun did really good too, though.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about Disney.
Oh,
Top
okay.
Gun did, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking Disney $1 billion.
Yeah. That's why I was saying, like, I think, and that wasn't even Disney. I'm sorry, that was Sony. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the whole No Way Home.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like if the movie comes out one weekend and if it doesn't make $1 billion, then they say it's no good and all this stuff, which is ridiculous.
And that's
So,
where they
yeah.
mess up, in my opinion, because that's why physical media was there. That's what helps save it.
Mhm. Yeah, you can come back and watch it again, and it
Or
grows
that's
on
why
it.
video rentals.
I'm not saying if it doesn't make $1 billion, it's bad. I'm just saying that's what they expect out of these movies.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
the
that's what
kind
I
of
mean.
the
Yeah.
kind of budgets they put into them, because they might have a $250 million budget, but they spend that much on advertising too. So you got a $500 million movie. So to turn a real profit, you almost have to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To double your money. I mean, technically,
Yeah.
600 million's the profit, but they don't want to make just 600 million. They want to make
Yeah.
so.
Well, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. That
Right.
old saying, because I think
Yeah.
Hollywood's going to have to rethink itself. I mean, with streaming and just COVID,
Yeah.
people don't want to go to the theater, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't think the studios will go away, but I think it's going to really be different in about 10 years for
Well,
movies.
COVID definitely hurt the people going to the movie theater a whole lot.
Mhm.
It got people out of the habit of going to the theater. But I mean, the theaters around here are always busy. I mean, if I go, the one in Richmond's always busy, but
Mhm.
they don't. But they're just not releasing hardly anything. There's very few
Yeah.
new movies. It used to be 2 or 3 movies a week came out. And now there's like one, maybe.
There's
Maybe.
not
Does your
much
cinema
variety.
do like flashback movies?
Yeah.
They
Like
do.
older
Oh, yeah.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
have
because
to.
they're doing the holiday ones over at my theater, like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I think it's White Christmas. Yeah, I think that's the one that's going on right now.
Yeah, I think
And,
It's a Wonderful Life also supposed to come out.
Hmm?
I got an email on that. It's a Wonderful Life. I think that's
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to come out a couple days in the theater.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have
Well,
the 4K of It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, fellas, I need to get off here, and it's been
Me
2.5.
too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It was good seeing you, John.
Yes.
Good to have
Yeah.
you back.
Good to
Yeah,
have you back.
we'll definitely be doing
Yeah.
Cult of Collectors here soon,
Yeah,
and
I'll do my best
I
and
mean-
try to get us a guest or something.
I mean, you guys are welcome. I'm sure Mike don't care. You're welcome to come on here anytime you guys
Mhm.
want when you're available. I know people's schedule during the week is hard, and
Yeah.
and Mike, I've always give him an extended for Cult, but Mike's kind of sometimes busy on Sundays, so he's not always able to come on. So
Yeah.
it's kind of the same way.
That's cool.
But it's always fun with more people. I think some of the funnest. You guys are great on Cult, but some of our funnest ones were where we had those big mashups when we were talking about movies, where we had a bunch of people on. I mean, I know we can't do that every week, but you know, sometimes the more voices are really nice, especially you don't have to hear mine all night. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. When y'all did that, some of those last couple episodes you did were really cool with all the people, like you said. It really had a lot going on. It was kind of cool. Yeah. It was like information flying back and forth everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll get back into it.
We will.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right,
well, thank you everybody for
y'all
showing
have a good
up.
night.
We'll talk
everybody have a good
later.
one.
Yep. See you guys.
Take care.
Yep.